Go ahead. Make my day.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Here's Johnny.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is Sparta.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
You talking to me?
I see dead.
Houston, we have a problem.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken not stirred.
Why so serious?
I'm gonna make him an offer, Cameron.
Welcome to Dinner and a Podcast. Here are your hosts, Steve, Joe, and Mike.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 60 of Dinner and a Podcast, the show where three best friends get together, share a meal and a conversation, discussing all things pop culture, movies, TV, and comics. Make sure to check out our Facebook page by searching Dinner and a Podcast, our website, dinnerandapodcast.weebly.com. There you can find comic reviews, full comic synopses, dinner and a movie reviews, and Just a Bit Outside, which is our sports section. And our Twitter and our Instagram feed are at Dinner Podcast. Shout outs to the Geeks Talk Back, the More Gooder Than Podcast, the Blue Shirt Talk Podcast, Not For Nothing Radio, via VHS, Nerds with Words, and all the podcasts in the Nerd Podcast Mafia, especially Not Another Nerdy Podcast, and Aussie in the Palm. Also want to say what's up to Gooners in the USA, and our friends over at A Day's Work.
Holy shit, you got it right.
And our new friends, we made new friends from last week, or from 2 weeks ago, bagadicks.com. We've been in contact with them, and they're going to be working together with us to do some cross-promotion. Can't wait to promote all those dicks. All those bags of dicks. 'Tis the season, so pick up something very special for the nerd in your life. Check out the Christmas/holiday cookies from our favorite baker/murderer, Marie DeZio, at DeZio Bakes.
She's not a murderer, leave her alone.
At DeZioBakes@gmail.com. And you can check out our Instagram page at DeZio Bakes. That's DiZeoBakes on Instagram. She makes amazing cookies and stuff. She actually gave us some gifts which we're going to give out.
My wife was quite enamored with her because that group text where you were talking about the Christmas get together, and she immediately started taking a hand at you. She's like, "Oh, she's gonna fit in perfectly in our group."
Oh no,
she's like, "Who's that attacking Steve?" I'm like, "I think it's Marie."
I texted her. I was like, "Listen, I don't see why you're attacking me with
I
these,
get
with
enough
you guys.
of this.
Yeah, like I don't need more friends like that."
I commented I was going to bring the bag of dicks, and I didn't realize she was on the thread. I was like, "Oh well, here we go."
Yeah.
You listen to the show anyway, so you know how we speak.
It fit in perfectly. Don't worry.
I want to say hi to Kelly's sci-fi themed bath soaps and candles at theinedibles.com. Or you can pick up beautiful watercolor sci-fi themed prints at amorableart.com. We picked a new winner today we have a set of Star Wars The Last Jedi posters that we got from the Disney store. It was about, I want to say 6 or 7 posters that are all in the same kind of artistic vein. They all have like the red robes. I don't know what that must be a theme in the new movie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Red robes. It has all the main characters, Leia, Rey, Finn, all those people in there. And the winner of those posters is Elena Source. We picked you out of the little grab bag there of all the raffle tickets.
Yep.
So Elena, we know you follow us on Instagram. So if you can contact us with your address that we can get those out to you, that would be awesome. And just to let you know that Niobe.Trooper, the person who won the Death Star lamp, it's in the mail, just to let you know. So make sure you're looking out for the Death Star lamp in the mail.
It'll say Fragile on the box.
Did you write Fragile on it?
I should.
Yeah.
Should have. I mean. Today on our show, we finally get to the Netflix Punisher series. And we're going to do our very first Mount Rushmore because of Aussie and the Palm have requested that we do a Mount Rushmore for them, and we're going to do a Mount Rushmore of comic book history, influential comic book creators / writers, artists, whatever. Anyone who was influential.
We tried it last week.
Yeah.
But I accidentally broke the table we were sitting at.
Yeah. Make sure you go back to last week's episode and listen all the way to the end when you hear Mike break the table.
Because I was leaning a little hard on the diner booth.
Yes, the whole diner table broke. We were never going back to the Georgia diner ever again.
We can't now.
Never again. You had to see the looks they were giving us, man.
Well, it didn't help that Tambini can't catch his breath laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Almost killed me.
I was just glad that none of the equipment broke. Oh my God, my face. Anyway, we got gifts. So the other day, I got a box in the mail And it was very...
What's in the box?
Exactly. I didn't know what was in the box.
Uh-oh.
I was very worried, to be honest with you. I made a Facebook Live video of me unboxing this stuff, which hopefully you guys...
I caught it.
A lot of people... Yeah, Mike
So
caught
did
it.
I commented immediately.
Yeah, immediately. I hope it's
He's
a punch
like,
in the
what's
face.
in the box? I'm like, punch in the face.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows us.
So it's addressed to Steve Inicelli at Bagel and a Podcast.
Okay.
Right? And it's from...
That's our breakfast show.
Yeah, it's from...
That was their show, I thought.
It's from Derek Mitras, one of the hosts of Not Another Nerdy Podcast, who was on our show back in, I want to say, October
yep.
for New York Comic Con.
Yep.
Him and Tom Van Zant were nice enough to come on the show. And we gave them some gifts. First of all, we bought them great pizza from Grimaldi's.
Absolutely, we did.
And then we gave them pins and stickers and things like that.
And a horse head.
And a horse head, yeah. So that's what made me really anxious to open the box.
What's in the box?
Because one of the hosts, Jay Money, and I had like a little feud thing, right? Going back and forth. It was really nothing, but we were just busting each other's chops. So Joe went out, had this brilliant idea to buy a horse head mask and put it in a pizza box and give it to the guys of Not Another Nerdy Podcast for Jay Money, as a sign of, of respect, kind of, right? To respect us.
Disrespect, I think.
Yeah, whatever. But it was just a joke, and we had a lot of fun with it. And they were really nice enough to send us some really cool goodies.
Okay.
Now, I already took my goodies.
Got it.
So these are your goodies.
Okay.
So I know, and they know exactly what we like. They listened. They're like a good boyfriend that just that just listens to what you like. So we got these little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. They were all opened. I didn't open them. They were all opened.
Okay.
So here's...
Because they did terrible things to them before they
I know. They probably
They're going to explode.
They probably have J Money pubes all over them.
All right, so I got a Ninja Turtles one.
And Mike got a Ninja Turtles one. You want to see what you got there? Now, the G.I. Joe ones, the box was open, but the prize is not.
Okay.
The prize is not open. So there's one for you and one for Mike.
Opening up Ninja
I got
Turtles.
Raphael, and I got Snake Eyes.
Oh, good. I had Raphael already. I got Michelangelo.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
What'd you get, Mike?
Leonardo.
A rock.
I should have taken them out and put rocks in them if I was clever and mean.
You're not me.
Yeah.
He's got so many weapons.
I love it. Thanks, guys.
And what you get as far as G.I. Joe goes?
G.I. Joe.
So I got Snake Eyes in this last time we got one of these.
Okay, I got Snake Eyes this time.
And he lives on my dashboard.
Oh, cool.
I glued him to the dashboard of the car.
Joe also got Snake Eyes. I have a feeling Mike got Snake Eyes too, because in each one of the boxes was a little card, and it had Snake Eyes on the card. But I really...
It's Snake Eyes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
It's the best one in the set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who got me this? Joe, you got me this last time?
Yeah.
I wanted to go back and get the whole first series, but the first series aren't the same.
No, they're like
articulated differently.
Yeah.
And then we got these guys.
What
now,
are these?
I mistakenly thought these guys were... I mistakenly thought this was Superman, which it's not.
Oh, it's the evil Justice League, right?
I don't know.
I think it's from like the Crisis world.
I don't know who this guy is.
It's all stars.
Yeah. They told me on Facebook who it was because they yelled at me when I was like, oh, this is Captain America. But it wasn't. So yeah, we got 3 of each of these. And then
wow.
Then you got Batman, Lantern, Flash. There you go.
Very cool.
I gave my son those. Those are really cool.
So
I kept the Batman for myself.
So what exactly are they?
I don't know. They're little, like you put them on these are little stands.
Oh, I thought they told you what they were.
Well, they did, but I can't remember who they told me who they were.
Oh,
they
okay.
told me what they were. I don't know what
Got
they're
it.
called. They're cool little figures. And these little books, I was like, I don't know what these little books are, but they're stands. You sit them on there. So that's pretty cool. I brought my Batman one to work. He's sitting on my desk. Thanks, guys, at Not Another Nerdy Podcast. Check them out. You can find them on all the same platforms that we're on, iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play or Apple Podcasts, whatever you want to call it nowadays.
Superman, yeah, he's from like the Crime Syndicate of America, right? From a parallel Earth. I'm almost certain.
Can I take your word for it?
I'll
Mike?
take your word for it.
I don't know this guy though, with all the Captain America with all the stars.
Yeah, they told me on Facebook Messenger, but I don't remember. So now we got gifts from Marie. So Marie thought we were recording.
Move out of the way, turtles.
Marie
Cookies.
Marie thought we were recording yesterday.
Rocks.
So she came yesterday.
Oh, please tell me it's cookies shaped like rocks.
And that's for you, Mike. And she gave us 3 boxes.
Okay.
Each one for each of us.
Oh wow, Italian. It's the
rainbow cookies.
Rainbow cookies.
She gave us rainbow cookies and lemon drops. I don't know what you call the lemon drops. I'd call them lemon drops.
I think lemon drops.
Okay. And then there's an extra little gift there wrapped up.
We can stop talking bad about Steve now.
I was going to get one box and just fill it with crumbs and give it to you guys, but I was like, again, I'm not mean or or clever. But
these will be gone by tomorrow.
Oh, the rainbow.
Be gone by tonight.
If I bring the rainbow bars home, there's no chance. My wife loves those.
What are these?
Those are coasters. You have competition now, Joe. Because those of you who don't know, Joe's a regular Martha Stewart.
Martha.
Joe takes comic books and makes picture frames out of them and coasters out of them.
Oh my God, the shirtless bear fighter. As we say that in unison.
Marie bought them, or us, all of us.
Oh my God.
Coasters made of shirtless bear fighter.
These are amazing.
Pictures.
They are really cool.
They're very, very cool. And they were made she bought them from a friend of hers, Kristen Corson. And her little company is called the Craftastic Core, because her last name is Corson. You can find Kristen Corson's work at Craftastic_Core. That's COUR. So Craftastic_COUR.
These are amazing.
That's on Instagram. And on Etsy as well. Craftastic Core, all one word. Okay.
Oh my God, these cookies are so good.
Aren't they freaking amazing?
Really good.
Yeah, those are amazing. Those rival any bakery rainbow cookies I've ever had.
Oh man.
And I'm not a fan of the lemon drop because I don't like lemon things, but those are very
really
good.
good.
They're so soft. They're so soft.
Oh, so good.
My grandmother made those, but they were like rocks. So you literally did get rocks for Christmas from my grandmother. But
well, thank you guys. Not a nerdy.
Yeah.
Marie.
Marie, thank you very much. Yeah, not a nerdy. Thank you very much.
You're one classy lady.
Who, Derek?
Yes.
Yes, he is a classy lady. All right, that's all I got for the introduction. So, Joe, if you want to start off with news, go for it.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to start off with a bunch of Marvel news. I know Mike and I are probably switch back and forth on this. Starting off.
I like your coasters better than my coasters.
What?
They're all different.
Oh, okay.
Yours are
We
cool.
could trade.
Mine does have a pixelated penis on it, though.
So does mine.
Ah, damn it. Okay, go ahead.
So last week we talked about the Infinity War trailer.
Yeah.
It broke a record for 230 million views within 24 hours.
Wow. I wasn't one of
who
them.
one of them wasn't?
Yes.
I wasn't one of them.
You could have been 231.
I could have been.
What if you were like, the record was 231 and you didn't watch it?
And it was all my fault?
Yep.
Oh, well.
Speaking of records, keep a listen to our show. We might be breaking one sometime over the summer.
Yeah, for what?
I don't know.
Oh.
Mike was talking about a record that he wanted to break.
Oh, the longest consecutive on-air podcast?
Yeah.
It was like 40 hours?
52, I
Get
think.
the hell out of here.
Why not? We could do it. See, lots
Do you
of
remember
guests.
how tired you were from driving from Philadelphia and you couldn't podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't 42 hours away. That was only like 2 hours.
We don't got to do all 42 yourself. You know, we'll do it.
Do you want me to do like 5 hours by myself?
No, well, you and Joe.
Oh, okay.
And then me and Joe. And
All
then
right.
you and me.
Okay.
And we'll throw in Seb.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone can meet Marie.
Not Zaylock.
No, you're not invited.
Sorry, Joe.
We took a vote.
All right. Yeah, we can book people throughout the day. All right. I'll give that a shot.
It'd be fun. It's different.
Oh, absolutely.
These cookies are good. It's going to ruin my meal, though, at the diner. So
Who
I keep eating
cares?
new cookies. Yeah, screw them.
Cancel it. Send it back. In Universal Studios, they're doing a character diner with their dinner with their Marvel characters.
Okay.
So you can, I guess Disney does, breakfast and all that stuff.
Like Captain America will walk around and take pictures with you?
Yeah, so starting the 7th of this month, you can book your character dinner.
Do you know where it is?
Universal.
No, I know. I meant where in Universal.
They're Islands of Adventure.
Huh. I wonder what restaurant they're doing it
The
at.
Cafe 4?
Oh, okay. That's like a cafe.
Yeah.
Like a counter service stuff.
Yep.
All right.
And from Thursday to Sunday, 5 to 7, you can do this dinner. But the only characters they have available are Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, and Rogue.
That's cool.
That's all the ones I've ever seen there, though.
Oh.
Like, they don't do a lot of the walk-around characters, Marvel Land there. I've never seen anyone else.
I think I've only seen Spider-Man and maybe Wolverine.
Yeah.
Did they do a parade there?
Yeah, I can't, honestly.
I haven't been to one in Florida in probably 20 years.
The only time I've been to Universal was with you, and that was how long ago?
It was a long time ago. I went this past year.
2002?
But my kids, like, like they watch Marvel because I do. Like, they weren't really interested in seeing it. They were really excited about Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Captain America. I'm sorry, Harry Potter.
Gotcha.
That was their thing. They weren't excited about Captain America.
Yeah.
So, Joe, to steal your thing, I'm going to segue now. Watch this.
Ooh.
Speaking of Marvel.
Segue Mike.
Yep. I have 2 Marvel stories. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige said in an interview with Vanity Fair that he said the MCU, even though it's wrapping up, like it's phase 3, they're 22 movies in, but they have another 20 planned.
That's nuts.
Oh, wow.
They haven't just told anyone what they were.
That's another 15 years of movies?
I guess.
Because we have 17
No, they're doing
movies.
3 a year now.
Okay.
Like, they sped the pace up. They do
All right.
3 a year.
So that's 7 years of movies?
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's going to burn out before that, though.
So I looked. The only things that are announced beyond Infinity War, like that's when he said it'll start, the second Infinity War movie or whatever they're going to call it.
Right.
The only things that are on the docket are Spider-Man 2 and Guardians 3.
Wow.
But he has 20 more to go?
So 18 more. What could they possibly be?
Fantastic
'Cause
Four.
there are dates.
They are going to come out next week or next month saying they bought Fox.
I have that. I have all the details on that deal,
Please
like
tell.
what's included. It's huge. So, I was going to ask you guys before we get to that, what do you want to see?
I want to see a good Fantastic Four movie.
Yep. A good
But they
X-Men
don't have
movie.
that. So, like,
Okay.
out of their existing comic book, yeah, they could retread all the X-Men stuff if they get it and all the Fantastic Four
Out of
stuff.
what they have now?
But what do they have, like, outside of what's been done? What would you like to see?
What characters do they
don't know.
have? Do they have everything besides the?
Yeah, let's assume that.
Let's assume that.
I'd like to see Moon Knight.
Moon Knight would be cool.
That's
I'd
a cool
see
character.
Nova.
Nova would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing a Daredevil feature film, but
You know who I'd like to see a feature film of, honestly?
Who?
Punisher.
yeah,
Whew, did I enjoy that?
yeah, that was.
And we'll
really
get to
good.
that in a little
We'll get
bit.
to that.
But I enjoyed him a lot.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
You want to see
that's
a good Ghost
one.
Rider?
Yep.
Ghost Rider's a good one.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna head off in like the supernatural, cosmic, like outside, less tethered to reality, it's not a bad idea.
A good Kung Fu Iron Fist movie.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
You're getting Iron Fist too. I got news about that. Steve, you just hold the segues. I don't even know what to do.
Segway Steve.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So they do have movies announced though. 2020, May 1st, 2020, August 7th, 2020, and November 6th, 2020 are all unslated films. They're just dates that they're holding.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know when they're going to announce them. I would have.
They're going to announce them when they buy Fox.
Yeah.
That's when they're going to announce them. Like Fantastic Four in August, X-Men in September, Silver Surfer in January. Oh yeah.
Guess what? We're bringing back the Avengers again to fight the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Galactus is going to be there with his big head.
That's the villain to do.
Yeah.
Like if you need another big villain to do 20 movies based around, have him coming.
I am
Dr.
dying
Doom.
to see a Doctor Doom. I want to see
He's-
a really good Doctor
But
Doom.
Doctor Doom's not like if you're going to hinge
Oh, like a big villain.
20 movies like a long story
sure,
arc again.
sure, yes.
Like there's only a few in the Marvel universe you could do that with.
And it would stick to their cosmic theme that they're going to go
Correct.
into. Yeah.
Like Galactus is a cool.
Do you think they're just salivating like at the thought of getting those characters back? Kevin Feige's probably like, I got all 20 movies right now.
I wonder if he's even like maybe we'll get to them. I got other ideas. We'll get to them.
You got 4 more Avengers. You got 4 Fantastic Fours. That's 8 right there if you wanted to do them.
And I guess like if you take over Fox, do you keep any of the actors in any of those roles?
No.
Besides Ryan Reynolds, right? You keep him as Deadpool.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You keep him as Deadpool.
And everybody else go kick
do a
rocks.
Secret War
and nobody would
storyline.
care. Yeah. They can do Secret Wars and just make Galactus the bad guy.
Yeah.
If they wanted.
Oh, it's so exciting to get them all back.
Yeah.
So I had the what's listed as the details. So it says Disney and Fox are reported to announce the agreement this week, and I think it's going to cost $60 billion.
That's nothing.
$60 billion.
That's nothing. They'll. It's like a drop in the fountain. A drop,
$60 billion.
Is that is that the phrase?
Yes.
No, I don't think it is.
And so I actually went on MSNBC, a business site.
Yeah.
And this, or CNBC? Whatever one does the business.
Okay.
And they said
MSNBC.
Disney would walk away with Fox Film and Fox Television Production Studios, including Blue Sky, which is Pixar's biggest competition.
Okay.
So we're going to own that now.
Who's that, like Despicable Me? Or is that somebody else? I don't know. Who
No,
does-
that's Universal.
Oh, that's Universal.
I think Blue Sky does like the Ice Age movies.
Oh, okay. That's the biggest competition, not Universal?
I don't know.
Oh,
Or
okay.
it's one of the big competition. They would get FX, they'd get National Geographic, and they'd take 30% of Hulu.
Wow.
And they already own 30% of Hulu.
Well, speaking of Hulu, you have the Runaways on there, and now they just got Agent Carter.
Oh,
That's
okay.
going on
That
to
new episodes of Agent
No,
Carter?
no, no.
Cartoon, right?
No, they're getting the first season.
Oh, you know what? If I hope it does really well because I enjoyed that first
Yep.
season, and I would love for them to bring her back. Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell.
She was great in that. That was a really good first season.
And that's the one they cancel. Of all the crap that's on
It was
TV.
the most realistic.
Yeah.
Like she was just dealing with regular people.
Right.
Like it wasn't a fight where you're like, how could that happen? Like, it was super grounded in reality. I mean, it's superhero stuff. So
Yeah.
it was like, the MacGuffin was, I forget what it was, like antimatter or something.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if they're buying this to get Hulu. And then they have a built-in streaming service already with an audience.
Like a platform.
That you can just go Hulu and just change the name. Or do you go, hey, this is competition, let's just we own it, close it. Like,
Oh shit! And
like
just
they'll
Netflix.
be
Are they
majority.
allowed to do that? Like, I thought we had laws that said that monopolies can't exist. Because this is a monopoly. Like, the textbook definition of monopoly is Disney.
I had that in here. I forget. It says something like there's 6 big studios.
Yeah.
And I think Disney's 3 of them now after this. Like the 6 big film companies.
But that
they
would
beat
make
3
sense
of them.
because now I read Netflix is going to keep their Marvel shows.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
So if they're like, "Hey, we're going to take over Hulu. You keep this. We have no competition. You keep making our shows."
Of course, because they're like, look at all the stuff we have. Have them.
Who put up the picture of the Simpsons 20th Century Fox logo?
Oh, I sent that to you guys in a text.
Oh, that was funny. It was on one of the episodes back in the day. The 20th Century Fox logo came up, the famous one before the movie, and then underneath said a division of Disney Corporation or something like that. Funny.
They would get X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four. They would get everything all the franchises, and they listed Avatar,
right?
Which they made a deal to buy. They would then own outright. They'd own all the Planet of the Apes, Kingsman series. Fox owns that. The Maze Runner series, Fox owns. Alien, they'd own.
Predator.
It's crazy. Fox would own its channel. It still owned Fox Television, but everything they broadcast, Disney would own. So Simpsons, Orville, Exorcist, The Gifted, or The Gufted,
The Gufted,
Orville, all be owned by them, as well as other shows
Family
that appear
Guy.
on other networks. So
Like
NBC
FX,
shows,
FXX.
This Is Us, Modern Family, are all owned by ABC or Fox.
Really?
Yeah, apparently, NBC shows This Is Us, ABC's Modern Family, and FX's Legion are all owned or produced by Fox at the moment, just broadcast on other networks.
interesting.
So that Disney, these are mine now.
God.
It's crazy how much stuff they
A
own.
little from column A, a little from column B.
All from column C and D.
And they would buy all of they're looking to buy all of Fox's regional sports networks, which I guess is a lot.
Well, they have a lot of college sports networks.
We're taking all of those too.
Baseball.
Yeah. Baseball.
They said to reinvigorate ESPN.
Wow.
Because ESPN has been struggling for years. So it's like, we'll just buy. You're not doing very well. We'll buy all your competition, dear. It's amazing.
Wow.
Oh man.
Is it a good thing? Do you want all of your superhero movies or 50% of them coming from one studio? I mean, they do it really well.
Yes,
Yes.
I do. Yes.
All right, fair enough.
The answer is yes.
I was going to say yes, too. Just trying to be devil's advocate. I'm like, yes, I do. Like, here's $8. I'll help you buy it. I got $8.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm tired of seeing mediocre movies from other production companies. I mean, they're starting to get better. I mean, some of them aren't even mediocre. Some of them are just downright shitty.
Yeah, but Marvel's so far ahead of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Disney's so far ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, even this last animated film,
Coco?
I heard it's amazing.
Heard it's
Really?
great, dude.
Like, full-grown adults, you cannot get out of it without crying,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah.
Well, a lot of them are like that, though.
We'll see about that.
No, Mark Bernardin from Fat Man and Batman said he went to the media screening. And he said it's all like 20-year-old, real like scornful movie guys. Like, I've seen it all. It's all movie writers. And he goes, at the end, third of the movie, everybody's in tears, hankies out, wiping their eyes. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Huh.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
All right.
I'm
good.
excited. I hope it goes through.
Yeah,
I would
me
love
too.
to see it go through. The government may go, wait a minute.
Well, don't they own the government at this point? They
I don't
should.
know.
Well, speaking of Marvel TV media, have you heard of their podcast media that's coming out?
No.
Wolverine.
Yes.
The Long Night.
What is this?
It's going to be a 10-episode podcast series
Okay.
coming out in spring 2018.
Yeah.
And it's going to follow 2 agents investigating murders in Alaska, and Logan's like their number 1 suspect.
So is it like a book on tape?
No, it's going to be like the podcast series Serial or S-Town, where it's like...
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a radio play, but it's going to be like cereal?
Yep.
That's a cool idea.
What's cereal?
It's what you eat with milk.
What's the podcast cereal? I'm sorry.
That was the most popular podcast in the world for a while.
Okay.
And it followed, it was like 2 guys doing an investigation about a murder.
Oh, okay.
So like they interviewed...
Yeah, but that's a real murder.
Oh, it was a real murder.
Yeah, this is make-believe
But if you
murder.
treated it like that...
Yeah.
You know, like they would do interviews with the detectives and interviews with the townspeople and interviews with the reporters and the lawyers
That's
about
pretty
this
cool.
trial.
It's like
That's
Clue.
a really cool idea.
Like Clue, but with Wolverine.
I read it's going to be in like the same vein of True Detective, if you guys watch that.
The first season? First season was great.
I haven't watched any of it.
The first season was awesome. I really liked that one with Matthew McConaughey.
But that would be really cool. The only caveat is when it comes out, it's going to be on Stitcher Premium, so you have to pay for it.
Oh, hell no.
But then it's going to be out on all their platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who else is on Stitcher?
No.
Dinner and Podcast. So
Yes,
while
they
you're
are.
waiting for that to come out, you can listen to our episodes.
That was a great plug, Joe.
I know it.
Very nice.
I didn't even know Stitcher had a premium.
Yeah, neither did I.
Why would you want that? Isn't the whole point of podcasts that they're free?
Well, our good friends over at More Gooder Than are on Spotify now. I don't know how they got on Spotify.
Yeah, apparently it can be done.
Yeah.
But I read the thing and I'm like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Maybe Steve will do it. And I just closed the laptop.
Well, once I saw their post, I'm like, well, maybe they eased up on it because I looked into it originally.
It's hard.
Yeah. So I'm gonna contact them and see.
But I heard now they're trying. They're lots of people are unhappy with iTunes because iTunes forces you to put everything on the cloud.
Yeah.
And lots of people don't want to put their stuff on the cloud because they're afraid that, like, hey, yeah, the cloud's a good idea until it's not.
Right.
And Stitcher is season opening, and they're trying to expand and take in other media, stuff that only iTunes. Like, your podcast source forever is iTunes. Like, they kind of invented it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think if they see a chink in their armor, they're trying to get in it.
World War Hulk 2 is coming out, Steve.
All right. I didn't read World War Hulk 1.
World War Hulk 1 is worth a read.
Yeah.
But I guess Marvel...
Is this a comic or a show?
Comic.
Oh, cool.
I'm guessing they're trying to recreate the buzz that Civil War 2 had.
Okay.
But...
and Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean the comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they weren't going to do... I heard they weren't going to do a major event for like 18 months. They said they
this is going to be more of along the lines of, I guess, in the Hulk series.
Yeah.
So all the Incredible Hulks are going to be the World War Hulk books.
Gotcha.
Not like a separate
Gotcha.
entity.
I have
Is it
a lot
gonna
of
be
a feeling
Banner?
They're looking at DC Comics and going, we should try selling some of these like they're doing.
Oh my God, DC's killing it.
No, it's Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, I'm not reading that.
Apparently he was sent off of Earth and he comes back and he's...
thanks.
Right, wasn't
angry.
the Hulk tossed off
Yeah.
at the beginning of the...
Legacy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, like Captain America's run. When he took
Civil
over.
War?
Didn't he toss... No, when he was the agent, the Hydra agent.
Yeah, Civil War
Didn't he
2.
get rid of a lot of the
Or
threats?
Secret Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Hulk one of the threats he would have gotten rid of?
He was in like the dark realm or something.
Right.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not reading Amadeus Cho. It's not happening.
Nope. You have any more Marvel news, Mike?
I had the podcast. Not really.
Okay.
I no more segues. I'm sorry, Joe.
So, because we are a dinner...
I'm a liar. I have one. I wrote, do you want to be Iron Fisted again, Steve?
Yes.
By
Your answer is
TV
yes.
show?
Yes.
Then no.
I had Iron Fist announced that they're going into production with season 2, and they added Alice Eve, who was an actress from Star Trek.
Nothing there.
Too
No.
exciting.
But
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
He can't even take control of his one fist.
this despite all the negative responses, it says we're moving forward with a new showrunner. Want to guess what show the showrunner they took is currently running?
What's a showrunner?
The guy who's in charge of the show.
Kevin Feige.
No, the guy who came up with the Inhumans.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
What? I don't.
Move. Is that even on the air anymore? Did that get
I
taken
don't
off
know.
yet?
But Raven Metzner is taking over the show from Scott Buck. Metzner is responsible for the Inhumans.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that an improvement?
No.
That
might be.
A demotion?
Yeah.
And they said it's looking for a late 2018 or early 2019 release. Jessica Jones just wrapped.
Nice. Love that show.
Daredevil season 3 began filming in November,
Very good.
and Luke Cage is also in some form of production. So all 4 are coming back.
Nice.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Totally, and I'll do Iron Fist again. Absolutely, I'll definitely do it again.
Steve's up for being fisted again.
That's right. Always up for getting fisted, Mike.
Well, we are a dinner podcast, and it would be remiss
I was gonna say, how's he segueing out of that? He's like, well,
if I didn't talk about this. Applebee's is offering $1 Long Island iced teas for the rest of the year at participating Applebee's.
Okay, now I know Mike's gonna have a problem with this because Mike is a Long Island iced tea aficionado.
Snob. No aficionado. Snob.
For $1, you cannot
No,
be
I can.
picky.
I can.
Oh, he's gonna be picky.
I can. Because that will be, and this is all right. So when you a Long Island iced tea is your depends.
Go ahead. I haven't listed here. What you know? What it is? Go ahead.
My whole life in restaurants. Of course, I know what it is.
There's no iced tea in it.
No. So it depends. A Long Island iced tea is technically your 4 clears: vodka, gin, rum, tequila.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
But the tequila part doesn't always go.
Okay.
Because we call that a Long Island iced tea. Everywhere else they call it a Texas tea. And then when you add the tequila to it, you put the spurs to it and make it a Long Island iced tea. But it's the 4 clears plus triple sec. I swear.
What the hell did you just say?
What makes it brown?
Huh?
What makes
so
it brown?
it's your 4 clears plus triple sec, right?
Yep.
That's your orange flavored liqueur.
Yep.
Then it gets sour mix and a
Yep.
splash of Coke.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on. It's my favorite drink ever. I make it at my house. And then if you really want to
Well, this is why I listed
the
the ingredients.
splash orange juice. I know all the purists. That's it. What? A splash. Just a splash.
I put a splash of orange.
You know who
juice.
told me that? Like a 90-year-old bartender. And I'm like, get out of here. He's like, trust me.
Well,
Yeah.
That reminds me of a story when we went on a bachelor party to Montreal. Whose bachelor party
Yeah.
was that?
That's where I got. Yeah.
That wasn't yours, was it?
No. Are you talking about Mouché's?
No, I'm just trying to figure out whose bachelor party it was.
I don't
Was it
know.
Johnny's or
No.
yours?
it was
yours,
Joe's.
right?
That'd be Joe's.
It was yours.
Yeah.
So we're in Montreal and we go to the steakhouse. What was the name of the steakhouse?
Mouché's.
Mouché's. Supposed to be one of the best steakhouses.
It was really good.
in the East Coast.
It was really
It was
good.
delicious. And we walk in and we
That
sit
might have been
down.
the best one I've ever been to.
Oh, really?
And I've been to Peter Luger's a bunch.
It's top 10 in the world.
There you go.
Dude, it was...
Oh, it was. I remember it was great. But we walk in, and before we even sat down, Mike was like to the waiter. He's like, "Long Island iced tea. Give me Long Island iced tea." I'm like, "Really? What's so good about
Do
Long
you
Island
know
iced tea?"
why?
And Mike says to me, "Do you see the bartender?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "He's a 90-year-old man." He's like, "The only people that know how to make a good Long Island iced tea are 90-year-old men." And we must have drank 17 of them that night.
Yeah, I was... Yeah. They were really smooth, though, no?
Yeah, they were
If
good.
you make a Long Island iced tea right, it tastes like iced tea.
That was the first one I ever had.
Yeah. If you make it, like... I will have a Long Island iced tea almost everywhere I go. And I drink... Out of every 199 of them are dreadful. But
That's
it's for that one good one.
I'm like that with bread pudding.
Yeah, same thing.
Wherever it is.
Because when it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's bad, it's not.
So what they're going to do at Applebee's, and a lot of liquor companies make the one bottle,
Right.
Long Island iced. Like if you go to a wedding and they pull up
Pre-made.
the one bottle, like, I changed my mind. I'll take a Heineken.
Yeah.
Like they're undrinkable.
Yeah.
If they made it in some guy's bathtub, it smells like gasoline. That you can't put enough soda in it to make it taste like anything, and that's what they're going to get. Because like that whole bottle, they charge like $18 for.
Right.
And each of those individual bottles, like I have all of those on top of my refrigerator right now. They're all high end. They're all $50 or $60
Right.
bottles.
Yeah.
Here's your one $18 bottle. No, thank you. Keep your dollar Long Island.
I
iced
wonder
teas.
if they bought like a surplus by accident, or they got delivered the wrong
whole
thing
truck.
by accident. You know, and they have to get rid of them.
But
I
imagine
hit
being,
one when I ordered it. Yeah, one truck full.
imagine being the guy at the bar who's like, "Hey, my bar tab is only $18," and it just reads Long Island iced tea, Long Island iced tea, Long Island
That was
iced
me.
tea. How the hell do you get up and walk out of the place?
Yeah, after 18 Long Island iced teas, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I got cut off at a wedding drinking Long Island
Yeah, you're at
iced
a
teas
wedding,
once.
though.
No, cut off though. At a wedding.
Were you being rowdy?
Let's say yes. I don't remember.
It's debatable.
Yeah, we'll say yes.
It was a wedding with an old coworker, and yeah, I don't remember going home. Mm-hmm. Apparently, someone had an allergic reaction to shellfish,
Yeah.
and I told them to man up. I don't remember any of it.
What's wrong with your immune system? Man up.
I can't breathe. My esophagus is closing.
Yeah, I want to say I was like 13 to 15 Long Island iced teas into my night, and they were like, "Hey, you cut off," and then I gave the guy 20. He's like, "Turn back on, let's go." Yeah, That was a bad night.
You woke up, all four of your ribs are broken.
I woke up.
Because he fell down.
I just woke up
Nothing protect him.
in the living room floor.
Oh,
Because
God.
Monica was like, "That's as far as I was willing to deal with you."
I almost passed out on my walkway the night before my wedding. If it wasn't for my buddy Joe here dragging me up my walkway.
The night before your wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing up all night.
I did the same thing the night before mine, remember?
I was at the altar and I'm like, I ruined my wedding. I ruined my wedding. I ruined my wedding. But I pulled it together. I manned up. I took a 2-hour nap going from Queens to Westbury Manor. I just passed out on the call the whole ride. In traffic.
So hungover.
So hungover.
That's a long, rough day to be hungover.
Oh, was it? No, I was fine by the time we got dinner. I just needed some food. I was good.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I don't want Doll Long Island's, though. No, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I got an idea for a show.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Sure.
All right. So I was recording with the X Squadron today, the one I do for the school, and
It was take them out and get them Long Island iced teas. You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh no. We wanted to kind of branch out a little more instead of doing just sci-fi stuff. So
Right.
we started doing. We had a kid on who's a musician at the school. He's a really good, musician, guitar player and stuff. And he came on, wanted to talk about the Grammy Awards, and all the nominations came out. But before that, we were talking about news, and we went off on. We started talking about Elvis because we were like the important musical influences. And Elvis led into Hawaii, which led into Costco, I want to see if we can just do a tangent episode.
Oh, I would love to do that.
absolutely.
Where
Where
we reel it back in all the time.
Yeah. Where we just, we have to talk about something.
Just no topic. Just keep going.
Just keep going.
No
and see,
script, no nothing?
And see where it takes
Wow.
us.
Oh, we
fine
could
with
definitely do that.
I would love to do that.
I think that would be awesome. If we do 3 of those a year.
You're going to be editing the hell out of that one.
No, I think we can do it smooth.
I'm fine with that. 100%.
All right, cool. All right.
No script on the next podcast. You heard it. No topic, no ideas. Strap in.
We're starting the new year fresh.
No, we would have to start off with one news topic, just to get the domino.
That's
knocked
my
over.
favorite kind of podcast. Is when
Yeah.
they just talk.
Right.
We could definitely pull that off.
Yeah, I think so. What else you got there? In the meantime.
So my favorite show, one of my favorite shows, we talked about in shows we want to come back that were canceled.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yeah.
So the main character is Zachary Levi.
Right.
He's pushing for Netflix to do a movie.
A Chuck movie.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
To tie in the season finale, which sucked.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping that happens. 'Cause I would love to see that.
Is this in response to our podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. You're
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
He heard us. And why not? But I watched 2 trailers this week that I'm really excited for. One was like a small teaser, but the other one was an actual trailer.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was the Jurassic Park new trailer.
Now, what's
or
the name
teaser.
of this one? It's Jurassic Park, like the Fallen World or Fallen Empire. Or
Fallen
something like that?
Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Kingdom. There we go.
I only saw the teaser. I didn't see the trailer yet.
Right. I mean, I think the trailer comes out later
I think it's Thursday.
this month.
I thought it was this Thursday.
I
So
see.
by the time you heard this, it
It's
should be
out.
out already.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're back at the park again.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where the head would have to be, no?
Yeah.
That's where all of them take place.
Why would you go back?
I don't know. I think this might have run its course. I think it ran its course the first time a little bit, and then they did a soft reboot.
The soft reboot was good,
just
though.
to remind people how cool it is, and they did a very good job.
Yeah,
It was pretty much the same movie. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Think about it.
I watched Jurassic Park over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same movie. But it's cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I really liked it. I like Chris Pratt as the archaeologist kind of guy, or the whatever you call him, whatever ologist he is.
Kick-ass-ologist. That was definitely what he
Think
was.
he's gonna talk
All
to
the
dinosaurs
charm
again?
and swagger, huh?
I think he's gonna talk to dinosaurs again.
Well, that's his thing, right? That's his gimmick.
We're gonna get all the memes of him.
Come on,
with
he
his
created
hands
a
up.
great meme. It was
What was
a great
it?
meme. Where he jumped in the cage with the raptors and he put both hands up.
Yeah.
People were doing that all over the place.
Oh,
The first
okay.
person I saw do it was a zookeeper, and it was all the penguins, and he had like a bucket of food, and he threw his hands up, and then I saw a guy do it with kindergartners, a kindergarten teacher. He had all the kindergartners, he was like
I'm a
lunch,
cop,
and then he
you
threw up
idiot.
his hands. It was really, like, people were doing it really cleverly.
All right.
The second trailer I watched was Andre the Giant's documentary on HBO.
Oh, that's cool.
7'4",
yeah, oh my God.
500 pounds.
Was he 500 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he ballooned up to like 600 or 700 pounds at one point.
Jesus.
Yeah.
700 pounds?
He was huge.
That's
dude.
4 people.
He was
Easy.
7'4", though.
Yeah. That's, all right.
If you ever
That's still
like-
big.
You ever heard any of the stories about
Yeah,
him?
if they talk about them, I'll be
Yeah.
so happy.
Like that apparently he was a big, heavy drinker. Is it 30 or 60 beers in a night?
I think it's 60.
I think it's 60 beers in a night. And that he didn't like when people like made fun of his height. Mm-hmm. And the story about like him being in his late teens in France and a bunch of kids made fun of him. He had a couple beers, went outside when they were getting in their little Peugeot and flipped it over.
Oh my God.
The car.
Yeah, the car.
And then when the police came, they were drunk and they said the giant had come and flipped over their car.
Sure, they did, kids.
The
sure
stories about him like drinking cases of wine at a dinner.
Wow.
Like it's legendary.
No one ever cut him off at a wedding.
No.
Oh, jeez.
No.
You can have as many Long Island iced teas as you want, sir.
He was much classier than Long Island iced teas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But last week we talked about Jason David Frank fighting Jean-Claude Van Damme.
His new show is coming on Amazon the 15th.
Jean-Claude?
Yeah, it should be already out by now. Mike, have you caught up on Top Gear?
I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet,
Haven't
Steve.
got a chance? Oh, it's pretty good.
So last week we talked about the fight. Apparently now Jason David Frank is as just as deadly as Chuck Norris.
No one's as deadly as Chuck Norris, just so you know.
Well, I mean, they have the same credentials now, so I guess he has to be.
Chuck Norris peed in a gas tank of a truck now, and that's now Optimus Prime.
You know, I came up with one of those, and I tried putting it on Urban Dictionary, and they didn't take it.
What'd you do?
I said, if America runs on Duncan, Duncan runs on Chuck Norris.
That's very good.
That's a pretty good one, right? And then they didn't take it.
Speaking of Urban Dictionary,
Yeah.
I was educated this week by a
See how
couple
this tangent?
coworkers
Yeah.
on the term cake. So a couple weeks ago was my birthday,
Right.
And a few of my coworkers got me cake. So they asked me what kind of cake I like, vanilla or chocolate. I was like, doesn't matter, chocolate's fine. So I'm eating the cake, and they're all laughing at me about the cake. And
Right.
like, how's your cake? Do you like the cake? Is the cake good? And I'm like, yeah, like the cake's fine. It's delicious. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
So they're all giggling. I'm like, what's so funny? And like, cake has another meaning nowadays. So they told me what
Hipsters.
the Urban Dictionary meaning was, which was a fat booty.
Nice.
What?
Yes. So cake now is a term for a big ass.
All right.
So they were asking me if I like cake, and
Well,
I'm saying I like
I guess if you eat a
chocolate
lot of cake.
I like vanilla cake. Mm-hmm. But you mentioned Urban Dictionary that triggered me to go off on a tangent.
There you go.
If you look up almost anything in Urban
You
Dictionary,
hear that, Murray? Joe likes cake.
big ass cakes.
Big ass cakes.
That's what we're gonna call it when we get enough money, Marie, to open up a bakery. We're gonna call it Big Ass Cakes by Marie DeZio.
Where were we?
You were talking about how deadly
Oh yeah.
David Frank is.
Yes, he got his 8th degree black belt in Taekwondo. So he and Chuck Norris hold the same.
Rank.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's just.
I heard Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer, but it's just he never cried.
I love those Chuck Norris things.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
Do you know the boogeyman checks under his bed for Chuck Norris at night? None of those for David Frank.
No.
Nope.
Who knows? Maybe they'll start.
Yeah.
We could start them.
We could.
Last thing.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I talked about going for the role of Nightwing.
You did. Did you see the picture I put up of you as Nightwing?
I did. I loved
Yeah.
it. I loved it.
Like a chibi.
Freaking Nick Jonas wants to play Nightwing.
Nick Jonas, huh? Of the Jonas Brothers,
Of the
right?
Jonas
That's
Brothers.
the same one?
Yep.
Is he taller than you are?
2 inches.
2 inches makes a big difference, Joe.
That's the difference between like a midget and not a midget.
Are you saying Joe's a midget?
No, I'm just saying 2 inches means a lot. If you were,
I mean, he's no Andre the Giant.
if you're
but
4'11", 2 inches makes you not a midget anymore.
Right.
You know. So I tell the kids at school,
What?
those points could be the difference between a C and a B.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I thought you were weirdly talking to them about midgets. I'm like, what?
I do talk to them about dwarfism when we talk about like genetics and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And you know, dwarfism is the dominant trait. It's
Really?
not. It's not the recessive trait.
What?
The dwarfism.
Really?
Yeah, dwarfism is the dominant trait.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I posed the question to them, like, if it's the dominant trait, because like I make them like, who has brown eyes in here? And they all like, most of the class has brown eyes, so they raise a hand, and they kind of think that dominant traits always show up more than recessive ones, and I'm like, well, here's one that definitely doesn't show up more often.
next time I ask him who likes cake.
No, I won't ask them that. You know what else is another one like the polydactyly? It's having 6 fingers.
Yeah.
That's also dominant.
Huh.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
like
Mr.
my
Science
5
over here.
fingers.
There you go.
Joey's going for your crown. Science expert.
Oh,
Defend yourself.
my family
Throw out
debunked me, so don't worry about that.
I don't know about that. He's throwing out real scientific facts. You're debating how many ribs you have with your parents.
It wasn't a debate. It was a fact. I should defend myself.
I was going to say I have one more little bit of news because I was watching it on TV today. Quentin Tarantino has been picked to head up a writer room to work on the new Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
What?
Quentin Tarantino. Apparently he came out on I think it was the Nerdist podcast. And he was like, I've always been a big fan of Star Trek. I like where J.J. Abrams went. I especially like where the last one went because it was like an old school episode. They should just do old school episodes. Like, blow them out and extend them to 2 hours. Like the early, first original Star Trek. And I guess that caught people's attention. And whatever happened, he wrote some treatment of a script. And they were like, head up a writer's room, see if you can get a script going for a Star Wars, Star Trek
Enterprise
movie.
is under attack. Everybody's flipping out. The captain's yelling, "Be cool! We're all gonna be a bunch of Fonzies. Cool."
I don't know if I'd want to see a Quentin Tarantino Star Trek.
Why? He would. I think he would do a good job.
I don't know.
You think he's going to make it all like
he makes everything
outrageous?
all Quentin Tarantino outrageous. I love his movies. I just think they're so like diametrically opposed to what Star Trek is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I love his stuff, and he has a really good handle on finding like certain genres of things, like a western and pulling out the best parts of it, or a kung fu movie and pulling out the best parts of it. But like, I really like the direction the Star Treks are heading. That last Star Trek, like I said, I just rewatched it. It's really entertaining.
And Discovery's great, right? Supposedly?
Yeah, Discovery's good. I'm through it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
all right. Well, the next thing we're going to do is in the spirit of Christmas.
This was a special request too.
From whom?
Marie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She wanted a Christmas something or other.
She did want a little bit.
Something or other.
Something or other.
Well, Marie, you're getting us something or other.
But Mike came up with a whole bunch of Christmas questions for us. I also put this out on Twitter. Hopefully people got back to me. I got to check it. But you want to take the lead on your Christmas questions?
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to have to ask them because I definitely didn't answer them.
There you go. Oh, very nice.
Yeah. All right. So I wrote I kind of made it about gift giving. Mm-hmm. So I asked.
You mean the gufted?
The gufting.
Guft giving.
The gufted are the ones who got the gifts.
Oh.
Gift gufting.
Got it.
Yeah.
So this one comes up in my house because, like, my wife nowadays rather just buy me something I want.
Right.
So she'll just be like, hey, I got this for you.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you want to definitely get what you want, or would you rather be surprised by a Christmas present?
Mm-hmm. I'd rather be surprised.
As would I.
Present.
Yeah.
And she doesn't get that. She's like, don't you get what you want? I'm like, I can just buy what I want. You know, like, I'd rather see what you think I'm going to like.
Well, it's like Steve said before, like someone actually listens to what you're talking about. They take the time to pay attention and to go out and get what you want.
Right.
Like Terrence and Phillip.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff. Like if someone listens to you, it's like, hey, you paid attention to what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, I know, because like the last couple years, like 2 weeks before Christmas, my wife's like, here, do you like this? It's yours. And I'm like, for what? She's like, Christmas. I'm like, no, that's not the way this is supposed to work.
Sometimes Nicole will buy me a gift, and like a gift certificate, and she'll email it to me like on my birthday or on the anniversary or whatever. So I get an email today that says Christmas gift. So I'm like, ooh, an early Christmas gift. She must have bought something and accidentally sent it a little too early. Well, she says, I like this coat in the Shiraz color. I think a size 6 would be good. XO, Nicole. So now she knows what she's getting for Christmas.
Even that, like, is like whether or not you're going to get it, like, that's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I prefer to be surprised.
Yeah, so do I.
Some of the best presents I got were ones that I wasn't expecting.
But so are some of the worst.
Oh, by all means. So I had that on here. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
What's the best gift you ever received? What's the worst gift you ever received?
I had to go back and think about childhood.
Okay.
Because like nowadays, like you get good gifts, but it's nothing like, wow, that's going to leave a mark on me.
A kid gift, yeah.
I will never forget when I got Armatron. Did I ever talk to you guys about Armatron?
No. The hell's Armatron?
Okay, Armatron.
Is this a good gift or a bad gift?
This is a great gift. This was my favorite gift. I wish I still had this gift. It was a Radio Shack made toy.
Okay.
So it had a crane. It was, I don't know if it was a crane. It was more like a claw. It was an arm with a Armatron. It was an arm with a little claw at the end.
Okay.
And it had a little base on it with two knobs, and the knobs were like joysticks. You can go left, right, up, or down, but you can also twist them like nipples. Right? Yeah, that's the only thing I could come up with.
Dials?
No, they would. There wasn't separate dials. The joysticks could be twisted.
Like dials.
Or nipples. Yeah, sure. Dials, fine.
Titty twister over here.
So the twisting of the dials, quotes, would open and close the hand.
How many times did you said turn that dial? How many times you said turn that nipple?
You'd be surprised, Mike. You'd be surprised.
The articulation on these nipples are fantastic.
Amazing. It's so realistic.
My nipple goes to 11.
360 degrees.
So if you
of pure pleasure.
If like you twist the left nipple, it opens and closes the claw.
Okay.
And if you twist the right nipple, it'll rotate the claw.
Okay.
Right. And it came with this little compartment that was filled with different.
That's called the areola, Steve.
it was filled like it had like little pyramids in it and ping pong balls, and you had to like manipulate those things with Armatron.
So it was like the claw game.
No, it wasn't just pick something up. It was weird. It was a hinged compartment, like almost looked like a little Tupperware.
Okay.
Right, and it was hinged at the top with a hinged door, and inside were the other pieces, the ping pong balls and the little pyramid things.
Right.
And you had to open it up with the Armatron, take the things out, close it with the Armatron, then stack everything up like a game. So you really had to have patience, and you had to really be kind of kinesthetic with it. And I really loved that game. Really, really loved that game. I played with that game all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And it made an appearance in Stranger Things Season 2.
Did it really?
So I'm watching Nicole. I almost scared the shit out of Nicole. So we're sitting down. Seriously, we're sitting down on the couch in the dark watching Stranger. I didn't twist her nipples. That wouldn't scare her.
If you spin too hard, it would.
It depends. Maybe she was sleeping.
So we're watching Stranger Things, and Dustin is cleaning up the dead cat.
Right.
That Dart killed. And behind him on his desk is Armatron. And I jump up and pause it. And I'm like, Armatron. And when I jumped up, Nicole was like, what the hell's going on? What happened? She thought like our son woke up or someone broke in or whatever. And I'm like, I had this toy. I had this toy. And then I went on eBay and I was looking at it on eBay and the people are still selling it. But yeah, that was my favorite toy. I'll never forget Armatron.
All right.
Anybody else have want to follow that up?
I have one, and it's actually one I got as an adult.
It's got to be some of your G.I. Joe stuff, no? Oh, as an adult, okay.
I got, and I think I mentioned this before.
An adult toy?
No, Monica. No, my wife got me. I'm a huge Disney fan, like gigantic Disney fan. Big fan of Walt Disney. Like if I could be anybody, I would be Walt Disney. Yeah. She got me the Walt Disney partner statue. Mm-hmm. So in the center of the Magic Kingdom,
right,
there's the statue of Walt taking Mickey by the hand and showing him the park.
Love that.
Love it. I have like a 18-inch bronze casting, and it must have cost her hundreds of bucks.
Yeah, cost used. It must have cost used.
No, this is back when we had separate monies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's on my nightstand. Still, probably the favorite thing she's ever gotten me. I love it. I wanted it forever. That statue, and she heard me mention it once and filed it away, and years later got it for me, and I absolutely love it. I will take that with me everywhere I go forever.
Nice.
Yeah, wherever I move.
I always take a picture in front of that statue every time I go. Great.
I'm gonna say Nintendo.
Nice.
The very first Nintendo.
First Nintendo was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't expect it. Because I was still.
I didn't even know what it was.
No, yeah. I did because I had cousins who had it.
Okay.
And I was still kind of young for that.
Do you know when you got it? I know when I got mine.
Yeah.
I got mine.
I remember
first
the day,
grade.
I remember the place.
Christmas of first grade.
My brother Tom got that as a Christmas gift when he was 13. So I was 4 at the time.
I was probably a little old.
I was first grade. What are you, 5?
Yeah. I have a late birthday.
I was
and all
5
that,
or 6. Yeah.
So that's about the right time period.
Yeah.
And I remember him playing. I really didn't get it yet, but
it was like one of those Christmases, like, we always did like the gifts with like an age order.
Yeah.
For whatever.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah. So like all the older kids would go first, and then would go down.
Torture the young ones.
Yeah, really.
But then like my 2 older cousins opened their boxes and they got Nintendo. And I was like, oh my God, you guys got Nintendo. That's so cool. And I'm expecting my box to be like a G.I. Joe, He-Man, whatever, which I would have been just as fine with. And I opened mine up and I'm like, Nintendo. And I looked at my parents. I'm like, is this right? Am I supposed to have this? And they're like, yeah.
This my gift.
Yeah, exactly.
My
Like, is this another like adult gift that I opened up by mistake? Like, no, like grandma got this for you. Like,
How many adult gifts did you open up by mistake?
right?
3 pairs of boxes, 2 lingerie, and a tie.
But like, I remember like
And a
just
bag of dicks.
like that day,
That
just
was for Steve.
being
Oh, yeah.
so happy with that Nintendo. And the next day, like my parents, I guess, had known that this was a gift that was given
Yeah.
and had bought other games to go with it.
Right.
And I was like, how did Santa know to get games for Nintendo?
We called him. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we're keeping my son in bed now. We're saying
Santa
that Santa's
Claus?
not going to come and give him gifts if he doesn't stay in bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you do that other thing you were telling me you wanted to do?
No, I never did that yet. I want to take the life-size Spider-Man thing that we have,
Yeah.
and as he's sleeping, put it on a ceiling. And when he wakes up, it's just Spider-Man staring at him. I want to see what happens.
He'll never sleep again.
Yeah. Now that he's getting out of bed like this, I don't want to.
6 months later, when he looks all haggard, I'm like, what's wrong? He hasn't slept in his bed in 2 months.
Spider-Man.
He just mutters Spider-Man when he sees his pajamas. As the sun goes down, he just starts mumbling Spider-Man to himself and pacing.
Oh man. What else you got on there?
I said, do you prefer giving gifts now at this point in your life or receiving them?
I still like getting gifts.
Yeah,
I actually
like
prefer giving them.
Yeah, no, I think I like them both equally.
I mean, I love getting a gift.
Yeah.
But I really like trying to find something that I think
Yeah.
the person would actually like.
Yeah.
Which, like, my wife's always like, just, I want this. Make this my Christmas present. I'm like, gee, no, that's not the point.
Right.
Yeah, like, if you want it, I'll buy it. But, like, I actually have a list in my phone. Whenever I hear someone say something, I'll write it down now so I'm not trying to reach for something all year. I keep it running all
Right.
year round. Yeah.
It's like my wasting time list.
You have one like that?
Yeah, I have a wasting time
Oh,
list.
like my brother's horrendously difficult to shop for because he does very well and he's single, so he buys whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
So, like, we were at the dinner this Monday, and my mom was like, "What'd you get for your brother?" And I'm like, "We got him something good." She's like, "He's gonna hate it. He hates everything everyone buys him. He just buys what he wants." And then I flipped open the picture and showed it to her, and she was like, "Damn, that's really good." Because we saw
my
it in
name on that?
September, and we were like, "Just buy it that day, buy it, put it." And I've had it in my attic the whole
Oh,
time.
wow.
Yeah, but I like that. I know he's genuinely gonna like
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And he's usually very unimpressed. That to me is cool. That, like, when he'll actually genuinely be excited about getting a gift. Yeah. I at this point in my life like giving them better than receiving.
All right, this reminds me of. I'm going to ask the next question, if you don't
Go
mind.
ahead. Yeah.
What was the worst gift you ever bought for somebody? While you're thinking,
Okay.
I'll tell you my story. So, like I said, I much prefer to surprise somebody for a gift. So Nicole will always tell me, this is what I want. I want this, that. And I'll go get it because,
Right.
I really want to make everybody happy on Christmas. But I will always try to go out and get something that she doesn't know, right? There's always going to be that box that I want her to, wonder what's in that box, So I went out and I thought I was being a good husband. And I went to Macy's and I bought a sweater that I thought she would love. I was like, oh, this is such a nice sweater. Can't wait to give her. She's going to love the sweater. She opens up the sweater and she has that face like, oh, thanks. Like, she doesn't like the sweater.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her, I'm like, what, you don't like the sweater? She's like, no, it's nice. I like it. I'm like, what's wrong with the sweater? No, nothing. I like it. I'm like, you obviously don't like the sweater. I could tell you don't like the sweater. I've given that face to my grandmother for 25 years. Every time she gives me a pair of, jockeys, or tube socks. I know you don't like the sweater. What's wrong with it? She goes, did you get it in the junior section? And I'm like, what's a junior section? She's like, for little kids. I was like, no, I got it at Macy's. She's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, forget it. I'll take it back. And then there was like, it turned into like a big thing. So now I just don't even bother trying to get her clothes because I obviously don't have the same taste as her in clothes unless she asks for the clothes.
Oh, it wasn't. I thought it was too small.
No.
Oh.
No, she just thought it was childish.
Like childish?
There was nothing. It was not like puppies or anything on it. It wasn't like a Justin Bieber t-shirt or anything.
Big Elmo on the front. I think that's perfect for you.
It's a 5T. But, yeah.
I can't remember doing that. Like,
I'm sure.
I'm sure there's stuff people haven't liked, but nothing like that.
Well, what about getting one? Have you ever gotten a gift that you hated?
I'm sure I have. Nothing that, like, traumatically
No.
I remember. Why? Do you remember getting something you hated?
I remember ruining a Christmas.
Do you?
I ruined a Christmas when
not
I was
surprised.
like 6, and I vowed to myself I would never do that again.
What'd you get?
Oh, no matter what I got, I didn't like.
Until he was 7.
No, it didn't matter what I got. It was the wrong one. I didn't like. I was such a little prick that Christmas. I must have been 5 or 6, And like the hot thing then was like Pillow People. Remember Pillow People?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the wrong one and I flipped out. I was like, this isn't the right one. I wanted this other one. Blah 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 blah. I didn't like it. Everything I got that year was my family still talks about that Christmas 30 years ago when I was a complete little douchebag. Yeah. But I could see myself doing that. But now I refuse to ever do
I
that
love
again.
it. It's great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I love this. And I put it on. Like, this is awesome. This is the best
You go
shirt
home. I'm
ever.
never wearing this again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
really
can't.
trying to rack my brain. I can't.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. What was the best gift you ever bought? What was the proudest gift you've ever bought? Because mine was recent.
Really? What
Yeah.
was it?
I got my boss in the Secret Santa at work. And my boss is a geek just like us.
You guys do a Secret Santa?
Yeah.
With no hitches?
It's just a $30 limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Why?
just seen it. Like I always like I'm a big Christmas guy.
Yeah.
And I always want to try to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we do them, either someone goes bananas.
Yeah.
Like I remember doing it once where I was just a manager and my boss then, the general manager at the time, got one of the young ladies, one of the more attractive young ladies.
Oh, boy.
And I think now he was much older and we're not supposed to date the staff and
Yeah.
I think the limit was $20.
Right.
He showed up. This is like when the Xbox first came out.
Yeah.
Showed up with like an Xbox, controllers, like 20 games. Was like, "I'm your Secret Santa," and everyone was like, "Oh!" I just took their like,
Yeah.
I got socks and stuff. Like,
got Pez.
it was so awkward.
Yeah.
Like the whole staff was sitting around the bar, and she was
Oh,
like,
no.
"Who got me?" He's like, "I didn't." Boom! Here's $1,000 worth of video game equipment.
Break out that
Yeah.
bottle of Long Island iced tea.
Yeah. It
Oh my
was
God.
super awkward.
Yeah.
And then I've tried to do it as a boss a couple times. And there's always like someone who doesn't bring theirs in and
Yes.
someone gets screwed out of a present.
Yeah.
So I would love to do it. I just can never, I've never seen them go off without a hitch.
We do them all right. I get some decent things too. But
Really?
my boss is a huge geek like us. He loves superheroes and Star Wars and Star Trek and loves all that stuff. And I was like, all right, I gotta really make the most out of this $30. First of all, it's my boss, so I want to get him something really nice, and I want it to be something that I don't want it to be a mug or the typical tie or
Right.
soap on a rope or whatever it is. So I went on eBay,
Soap on a rope.
and I know he really likes Spider-Man. He's a big Spider-Man fan. So I was just browsing,
So he got a Spider-Man taped it to a ceiling while he was sleeping. Secret Santa.
So I found for like $25 a John Romita Jr. signed Spider-Man comic.
Okay.
And I bought it for him, and it was only $25. It was within the limit, but he was like so like, wow, this is really nice. Thank you so much. And he was so appreciative of it. And it made you feel really good that you made his day, even though that was like some little $25 thing. He
Right.
really, really, really liked it. So. and I
Man,
still-
I don't think I'm as good a gift giver as you then.
oh.
Because there's nothing I can really remember being like that went over really, really well.
I gave my brother 2 really good gifts in different Christmases.
What'd you give him?
One year I got him an autographed picture of the New York Jets sack exchange.
Nice.
And he was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" I framed it for him, everything. And then another year, like Mattel came out with the Ghostbusters like replica props of the trap and the goggles.
Oh, nice.
So like they were like super hard to get. You had to buy them like the day they came out, and I bought them. My brother went to go get them for himself, and he's like, "They sold out. I couldn't get them." Like
Yeah.
he was really bummed about it, and I was like, "Great, I have them."
Yeah.
When I gave them for Christmas, he like lost his mind. He's like, "I can't believe you got them! Like I wanted to buy them. Like this is fantastic." Those are 2 gifts that I was really proud of because I knew he wanted them, and you kind of like you said, you pay attention throughout the year.
Yeah, and that's great.
And when
Yeah.
you get the jump on something, and it's a hard to find gift or something that they're really gonna appreciate, it's always a good.
For 20 some odd years, I've been buying my dad the same gift for every thing that he's ever had. Birthday, holiday, Father's Day. I always get him movie gift cards because he goes to the
Okay.
movies. And he expects it now.
Movie pass now?
No. I have gotten him a ticket or 2 here and there.
Oh, I thought you just get a movie pass.
No, he doesn't have it. You have to have a smartphone. It doesn't work without a smartphone, so he doesn't have one of those, and I'm not getting him a smartphone.
Why don't you just give him like?
I go out and get tickets for him,
Yeah.
and I give them to him. Yeah, I do that, but I can't just actually. I would love to get him the actual movie pass and just pay for the subscription, but
This year's a Costco subscription, so you get all the Charmin he wants.
I got that on Amazon. But
Get him Prime.
so one year, I think it was 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get him something different. I'm going to get him something he really
Toilet paper of the month.
Would really toilet paper of the month.
So
The
this is
gift that
very
keeps on giving.
exclusive club.
So I got him a autographed boxing glove of Triple G because he all he does is talk about Triple G. He tapes every fight. He watches the fights over and over and over again. So I found an autographed boxing glove on eBay with a certificate of authenticity and got that for him. And he gets the box and he's like, "Who's this from, Steve? Usually you just get me gift cards."
A lot of gift cards.
Yeah, right. And he opened it up and he almost cried.
Really?
Yeah, he almost cried. He's like, "This is the best thing I've ever gotten in my life." I was like, "Wow." I was expecting him to be really happy and love it, but he's just like, you went, this is a little too much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your brother was just pushing Charmin back into the closet. I heard about the Charmin.
There was one Christmas, me and my brother Mike. I have two brothers. I have Tom and Mike, and neither one of them listen to this podcast because they're both pieces of garbage. Thanks, guys.
All right.
No, my brother Mike was like, "Yeah, I tried listening to your show, but I had to turn it off about halfway through." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what you got up to?" He goes, "I don't know. You were talking about some cookies," and I'm like, "That's like 30 seconds in," but sounds like you're a liar. But me and my brother went in on a flat screen TV. We got my dad like a 60-inch brand new flat screen TV. And like we made like a big thing out of it where we had to go outside and carry it up the stairs and everybody's looking at it and like they had to like part the living room to let us through to put it up on the thing, and my brother Tom just because he didn't want to give us any money for it. We asked and we're like, "Hey, we're gonna get Dad a TV. Just it's like $600, $700, whatever. It was like Black Friday sale. We're like, just give us $200 and we'll all split." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to do it." So I was like, "All right." So me and my brother Mike were like, "Yeah, we'll just pick up the extra $100. Who cares?
Right.
He'll love it, And like he was like, the father in A Christmas Story when he gets the leg lamp.
Oh yeah.
That's how my dad looked when the TV came upstairs.
Can you watch it from outside? Look, honey, look.
So, and then my brother Tom felt like a dick for not putting it in.
The way Christmas is supposed to be.
Yeah, right.
Someone feeling like a jerk.
Why
Right.
couldn't you be more like these two?
Well, no, he would never say it, but he was thinking it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna find out if Tom listens. I haven't talked to Tom about this podcast at all. We'll see if he listens.
You never talked to him about the drama of the television? It's never come up since?
No, it's never come up. You can tell he
It's a
doesn't
sore
want to talk about
spot.
it. By the way, he was pouting on the couch as my dad's polishing the TV on the stand.
When he opened up the glove, he's like, "Jesus, it's the TV all over again." Come on, kids, we're going. Your uncle's showing off.
But yeah.
He's got glove money.
Yeah. All right.
I had a couple of questions here. You a last minute shopper or an advance shopper?
Oh, totally advanced. I'm usually done by
Really?
I'm usually done by Thanksgiving.
I do online shopping, so everything has got to be delivered.
Super last minute.
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's getting more and more last minute because of the kids. I don't have time to go out because I would just come home from work, you go to the mall or do it, and plus you can get everything on the internet.
Now he's
free
at the mall
shipping.
with the kids buying Funkos.
Yeah. Right. No money to buy anybody gifts anymore. And that's another thing. Like you don't buy for I used to really look forward to buying my brother something for Christmas. That
you buy for his kids?
Now I just buy for his kids.
Yeah.
And I get the list from his parents. From the parents, I say, "Here, this is what he wants," and just find one of the things on the list and get it. It's no fun in that. Like I try to do cool stuff for them but they have like weird interests nowadays. Like they're not like us where they wanted Transformers or
Armatron
or Armatron or something or stuff like that. They want. I don't know.
They're more like Shake Weighty.
They don't make stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, and if they did, my nephews would look at it like, "What the hell am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this Armatron?"
Not included with imagination.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Huh.
They want like iTunes gift cards so they can buy some stupid game.
See, I'm so not a fan of giving a gift card.
Yeah.
I think that's the easy way out. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's the easy way out.
Absolutely, 100% the easy way out. I don't like it.
I don't. Like, I'd rather you give me nothing.
Yeah.
I really would. Then, I just took money and put it on plastic for you. I just have no desire.
Yeah, because cash is
Even that, I don't like. I like that you put some thought into it, and even if I don't like it, at least you thought about it.
Right.
That's what I like. It's
right.
The gift isn't so much important to me.
Exactly. My Secret Santa last year gave me some really cool gifts. She gave me Darth Vader socks. She got me a Star Wars tie, and she got me a Star Trek mug. Right. And I hate Star Trek. Right. But I was like, but she
Sci-Fi Club.
But she's like,
Yeah.
oh, you love science fiction, and I thought of you as soon as I saw it. I thought of you, and I'm like, that's great, thank you. And I drink out of it every morning.
He smashed it to pieces.
Smashed it to pieces. No, but it's it's great. It's on my desk. I drink out of it every morning, and then it's growing on me. But yeah, it's all about the thought.
Yeah,
right?
that's just the way I feel about it. So, that's about all I had.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right.
Oh wait, I have something for you guys.
Uh-oh.
So I was watching one of my favorite Christmas movies the other day, and it was
National Lampoon.
Die Hard?
No, Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
So
We reference that movie a lot.
yeah, I all year round.
You know, I was on a softball team called the Wet Bandits.
Really? Mm-hmm. So it came on the other day, and then something
Different
came
reason.
on my Facebook feed about Macaulay Culkin and how he looks now.
Yeah.
Do you think every time this time of year rolls around, he starts to get a little depressed because he's like, yeah,
The glory days.
yeah, this was the prime of my life. You
I
know?
would if I were him.
I don't think he's like that. Like, he's really odd.
So maybe he is like that.
Maybe.
Who knows?
He's super odd. What'd they say? He's so handsome now or so horrifying now?
No, he was horrifying, and now he's like cleaned himself up.
Oh, he's so handsome now.
But I was like, huh. Like after saying that, I was like, I wonder if he like hates this time of year because like this movie's on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's on every channel, all over the place.
Yeah.
Like now it's on commercials.
Yeah.
Did you see? You could order pizza through Amazon.
Yeah, I saw that.
You could order through Prime,
Yep.
and the whole thing is the scene where the little Nero's guy delivers the pizza to keep the change, you filthy
Oh,
animal.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, Amazon's trying hard to get into the food delivery business.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if that was something that he hates or.
We could always get him on the gram.
It's true. I don't think
We're going to try to get a Macaulay Culkin interview.
I can't even get a Todd Knock.
Hey, are you sad that you're no longer famous? And is that particularly painful at the Christmases?
All right, so that was awesome. We're going to now go into our main topic, which was Netflix, The Punisher.
Yeah, finally got to it.
Amazing.
This was really, really good.
Yeah, we waited a long time to talk about it.
Well, this
Somebody didn't finish it in time.
This wasn't one of those shows that I had to binge watch. Like, I watched it over a week, and I didn't feel pressure from social media to watch it very quickly either.
Oh, I watched this in like 2 days.
I think that the fact that Iron Fist was so bad and that Defenders was only a lot of people have
They took their time with it.
Yeah, and kind of bought out of the Marvel Netflix shows.
Yeah.
You know, because Luke Cage was okay. First half's real good, then it gets
Real
bad.
good.
Iron Fist is, whew. And then, you know, Defenders was okay. It wasn't great.
It was also
okay.
during the holiday season, so.
And there was a mass shooting like 2 months prior.
Yeah, if you're traveling or you're busy or
You,
whatever.
you don't think that had anything to do with it?
I'm sure it did. It had zero effect on me liking or disliking
me
the show.
too.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, no, me neither. Spoiler alert, we're going to spoil the shit out of this.
Yeah.
It's been
If you haven't watched it,
Yeah, it's been a month. It's been out now.
now's your chance.
You want to rank it in the...
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay.
This is a really tough question for me.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
Wow, I think it's number one for Joe.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Uh-huh.
Because that's what I was debating. Is it one?
Yep.
And I'm like, am I just because it's like Cult of the New?
It's not number one for me. Jessica Jones will always be number one for me.
I like this better than Jessica
I
Jones.
think I liked it better too, and I just didn't want to like be. I kind of wanted to give it some time before I'm like it's the best one. Mm-hmm. But it really was. Like I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, it's amazing! It's an amazing.
And
show.
I didn't find it had that mid-season like, except for the
Yes.
little bit with the bomber.
Yes.
Which was even entertaining.
Right.
I didn't
There was
find
no,
it
like,
to be like,
slowdown.
oh god, there's 4 episodes here. Just get to the murdering at the end.
Right.
Didn't
Every
have
episode
that.
was a cliffhanger. It was amazing.
But I felt the same way with Jessica Jones. I felt there was no lag in it. And I really love the villain. He is so good. The Purple Man is so... And the guy who plays him, is it Tenham?
Yeah, David Tennant.
Yeah, David
Yep.
Tennant. He is unbelievable at that character.
But you know, like for a superhero TV show, neither of those two shows had very much
Superhero.
Like, yeah.
Well, Punisher, least of all, because there is
Right.
no superhero.
And-
which made it really... It was almost refreshing.
And that was the thing. Like, I like the suspense of like what's going to happen next in both of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what kept me captivated to like I want to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
I want to know what's happening next.
I didn't feel that way as much with Punisher. Like I would with Jessica Jones, if I didn't get through it in 2 days, I was going to lose my mind because I had to get through it.
Right.
With this one, I was like, I'm going to watch one more. It's really good. I want to see what happens there, and then I can pick it up again in a day or two. this for me.
So rank it, Steve. Where does it fall for you?
This is my number 2 or 3.
Okay, so 1 is Jessica Jones.
1 is definitely Jessica Jones. 2 for me is Daredevil season. See, the thing is, like I like the first half of both the Daredevil seasons, so it's hard for me to rank the Daredevil. And I kind of think that that's the first one, so I kind of want to put it up there because it's the first one, and it was like we were so enamored by it because it was the first Netflix show and how well it was done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But Daredevil season was another one that you didn't get a lot of whole of him in the costume.
Right. But
which
that was okay.
I
was okay with that.
Daredevil season 1 is number 3 for me.
Me and you binge watched that in my basement in 2 days.
Yep. That show was. What do you think, Mike?
I'm sorry?
What do you think?
So I've been thinking about it while you guys were chatting. I'm going to say Punisher, 1. Jessica Jones, 2.
I agree.
Daredevil season 1 as 3. Here's why. I like the first part of 2 better.
Yeah. Right.
But I like all of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the building of him as a character. And I like
of Kingpin.
Yep. So then I'm going to put Daredevil season 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I'm going to... Oh, wait. Then I'll put the Defenders.
Right.
Then Luke Cage. And then Iron Fist.
I'm with you 100%.
Okay. I'll go Jessica Jones, number 1. I'll go Daredevil, season 1.
Well, it's good. Real good.
Daredevil, season 1. Punisher. Daredevil, season 2. Luke Cage. Because the first 6 episodes of that are freaking amazing.
Yes, but it gets so bad.
Once they kill Cottonmouth, it's terrible.
Like, I'd rather watch the Defenders again, I think. Because start to finish, it's more watchable.
And I love the friggin' music. Luke Cage music.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Great. This one had good... Well, this one was rock.
Yeah.
It's different. But that Luke Cage one was... Yeah, it was all the early 90s hip-hop. It was great.
Yeah, then I would go Defenders and then Iron Fist. But I don't think Defenders is... It shouldn't be the second to last one, but it just happens to fall
No,
there
it shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah. But that's how I would rank it. Speaking of The Rock, John Bernthal did not sell the fact that he knew how to play a guitar, because every time he picked that thing up, it looked like he had no idea what to do with it. But they wanted you to believe that he knew how to play it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know? But it didn't bother me at all. It was just a stupid observation I made.
So I've seen a lot of people, speaking of like not selling it, a lot of people saying he's not big enough to play the Punisher.
Oh, I don't even care.
I don't care.
It never struck me once.
No, not at all.
Never struck me once.
It's a mindset.
I thought he was great at that.
Yeah.
Like, he's super intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was great as the Punisher. I'm like, he's born to play this role.
100%.
His like raspy voice,
So good.
that like distressed human.
I mean, it's basically distraught Shane the entire time from...
So I got something for you guys since we're doing lists.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to list favorite Punishers? Now that we have 4 of them.
Oh, we could do that. Fair enough.
Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, Ray Stevenson, John Bernthal.
John Bernthal, number 1.
Okay.
Stevenson, number 2.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah, he's good. He was.
I like him.
He was like he's
him.
built like a cube.
Yeah.
So he's like that tank Punisher. Yeah.
And then James.
Then James, then Dolph
And
Lundgren.
then Dolph
Okay.
Lundgren.
Yeah. I'd agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Performances. So we all liked him, obviously. What
Yep.
about the side characters? This is one of those Netflix shows that has very rarely not disappointed me with the side characters. Usually I hate the side characters in the shows. Like Daredevil, I can't stand Karen. I can't stand Foggy. In Luke Cage, I really wasn't a big fan of the sister, the mayor.
Right.
I didn't like the mayor all that much. Or even the mayor was okay. The big villain at the end I didn't like. Forget what his name was. That's how much I didn't like him. The one who ended up taking over for Cottonmouth. The Defenders, I don't, or Iron Fist. The bad Spanish dude. What was his name?
Oh, the other.
The other part of the hand.
The thumb.
The thumb of the hand.
Yeah.
He was a little bit annoying. But this one, what was her name?
There's no one I really didn't like.
No,
I liked them all.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Billy Russo.
Oh, I loved Billy.
I thought he was too pretty to be a soldier.
But but they kept referring to that.
No, I know, but it was like that is a handsome man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But no, I thought he was great, dude. He sold me on just being a backstabber.
He didn't look
He wasn't big enough. He wasn't.
He
big
didn't look
enough.
like a special forces guy.
Right.
Like when you see those guys, their heads are cubes.
Yeah.
They have no neck, then
Right.
big broad shoulders.
But he could have been like the explosive specialist.
Yeah.
Well, he was like the sniper.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's hiding in the trees.
Yeah, it was.
I loved him.
He wasn't a bad actor. He was great. I just thought physically he didn't play the part. He's a great actor.
What was the girl's name? Dahani?
Yeah,
Donnie?
Dahani.
Dahani.
Oh,
She
I
was
have it.
phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
Joe really liked her.
I don't know where they find these actresses.
But they find them.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And Karen was great.
Madani.
Yes, Karen-
Madani.
Madani. And Karen was
Karen
good.
was good. Micro was really good.
He was really good.
Micro was...
The,
I thought that was Billy Russo.
No, Micro was
Billy Russo is
the guy who he's in the
becomes
bunker.
Jigsaw?
at the
Okay,
end.
yeah.
Micro is
The old man.
computer guy.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
The old man.
I didn't. They referred to him as Micro in like the first episode, and then you never hear him say Micro again. Really, he was David. Wasn't his name David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, okay. No, Micro was good. He was good. He got a little weird at some point. There was a little.
That was odd. I know what you're referring to. You're
When
trying
he's-
to the drunk scene.
Yeah, when he's telling Frank Castle how hung he is,
Yeah.
and he was going to show him. I thought, I was like, wow, where's this going to go? And then finally, thank God, it went nowhere.
Yeah, I agree that scene was a little odd.
I liked Madani's sidekick. He was cool.
He was all right.
He was, if there's going to be a guy you picked that you don't like, it might be him.
Yeah.
But he was good.
But he
still
served the
liked him.
purpose.
He did serve a purpose.
A lot of plot twists. Oh man.
The kid was good. The kid who played the bomber.
PTSD.
Yeah, he was really good.
Because that's what the show is about. This show is very much
Trauma.
about trauma and how soldiers have to deal with post-traumatic stress syndrome. Who was the Curtis? Was his name Curtis?
Yep.
Their friend that ran the
That poor guy.
that ran the circle group.
Yeah.
That poor guy. If I was friends with the Punisher after all that, I'm like, I don't want. We're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
I got beat with my leg. I had a bomb strapped to me.
did
I
get-
got shot in my own house.
Yeah. No, he had it rough, man.
I think those guys were also bonded from their experience when they were on like that hit squad, and I think the Punisher saved them.
Right.
Like there's that one scene where he like took that whole compound
Yeah.
by himself. They were all like, "All right."
That was a freaking brutal scene.
Yeah.
Everything was brutal in this. That's the next question. Was there enough action?
Oh,
It was very spaced out.
It
Yes.
was. I think it was.
But I never found myself lacking for it.
No, I think they did a very good job spacing it out because the action they gave you was intense. He didn't do anything for the first episode, I don't think. Right? I mean, they showed you the first scene.
The sledgehammer scene was the
Was
first
that the
one.
first episode or was that the second episode?
I think that was the second episode.
I want to say it was the second episode. He stayed calm in the first one. And then the sledgehammer scene was pretty intense. The overall story of this. Let's just get that out of the
I
way.
enjoyed it.
No, it's the first one.
That was the first
I
one?
have the synopsis. Frank saves Donnie
Yeah.
from being drowned in cement, killing the other construction workers in the process before assassinating the loan sharks.
Okay.
Yeah, that scene.
Yeah.
Where the lights all turn off. Mm-hmm. And
was a good one.
he's back to being the Punisher. Yes, because at the very end of that one is when you see Micro for the first time watching him walk away.
Right.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Welcome back, Frank."
Yeah. So,
So-
pretty much
Go ahead.
the overall story of this, in a real quick synopsis, Frank was part of a team in Afghanistan who was doing dirty shit. He didn't know he was doing dirty shit.
Yeah, doing it for the CIA.
When he came back, they tried to get rid of people that knew about the dirty shit that they were doing, so they killed his family.
Because the tape got out.
Yeah.
And they thought he put it out.
Right. So they killed his family. Micro, he's the one who put the tape out.
He got the tape, yeah.
They tried killing him as well, and he went into hiding. He faked his own death, went into hiding, and the whole kind of story with the CIA is that they're trying to find out who's on the tape, who was the one killing, who are the people doing the dirty shit
Yeah.
in Afghanistan, and that's what Madani's job is. And she wants to bring down Frank Castle because she knows he's there. He was there.
Right, because she's with Homeland Security.
Right.
She knows that these guys were murdering people.
Right.
She wants to find out who was doing the murdering and who they were working for.
Right. Little does she know that Frank had no idea what he was doing and why he was doing it, and that it was dirty because they were smuggling drugs. In the corpses of the people they killed, which was pretty badass.
Yeah.
But Frank's whole deal is he wants to kill
Everyone.
the general or whoever that was in charge of that mission because they killed his family.
Yep.
So they all kind of converge. Like
Yeah.
all these little stories have to converge into one story by the time it ends. And Billy, who's his best friend and like the godfather to his kid, I think, right? Or is very, very close to the family.
They show him like eating with the kids and saying he's family. And
after all the dirty shit they did in Afghanistan, he stayed working for that organization. And Frank has no idea about that. So the whole time Frank is in communications with this guy, thinking that he's helping him, when in reality he's trying to kill Frank. Which was that was my favorite part, when Frank finally found out that Billy was in on it, and when Madani found out that Billy killed her partner.
Yep.
That was my favorite part of the entire show, finding that out.
Yes, I had a tough time though reconciling the fact that the Punisher, who killed guys for way less than that, would not
kill his friend.
Yeah. Like, there's no way he'd let him live.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm like, really? He's not going to kill him?
Right, out of all the people.
Yeah. But he was direct. He said, "Did you know about my family being killed?" And he did.
Yeah.
And John Barenthal does a great scene where he, like, cries as he's talking to him about it. Like, did you know? And he's like, yeah, I did know. I just couldn't be part of it.
But that was the thing with him.
You see it break his heart. That, like, my best friend sold my family out.
Yeah.
In that scene, Billy wants him to kill him.
Yeah.
And he won't do it because he knows that the thing that he holds most dear is his vanity.
Yeah.
And he takes that away from him
no,
instead.
yeah.
You know?
He drags his face across a broken mirror.
Mr. Planet of the Apes didn't get that.
Oh, my God.
No, I got it. I just didn't think it was the right fit for the character.
Yeah.
You know.
He dragged his face like across the... dude.
And then he turns him to the other side and continues with the other side.
So there's my next question. Is it too violent? Was this one too violent?
I didn't find it too violent, but I think I'm broken.
There were a couple of parts where I was like, ooh, oh, man.
Because I didn't have any of those.
No, I had a couple of those.
Yeah, but
it didn't deter me from watching it, and I will watch another season. But there were a couple scenes where I was like, wow, that was a little much.
The scene where he fights the construction workers and he busts the guy's kneecap.
Yeah. Yeah, but I could take a busted kneecap. It's the exploding heads, like the back of the heads exploding out when he's gouging the guy's eyeballs out.
Oh, 2 thumbs in the eyes?
Yeah. When he's dragging a guy's face across a broken mirror. And because all you're thinking about is the feeling of that. But again, it gets the point across that how brutal this man is and the brutal world that he has to deal with and put up with. What about the length and the pacing of the show? Was this better than normal? Because we always had a problem with...
I thought this one was fine. I'm sure it would have been tighter at 10, but I didn't find myself dragging at 13, but I think you probably could have got away with making it 10.
If they take out the PTSD kid, do you think it's 11?
Maybe
one
take
or
out
two
the whole
episodes less?
scene with the penis.
Right.
Yep.
The PTSD side story, it was a little necessary. They made it necessary, right? Because it wasn't like one of those things.
No, it's someone who can handle it.
Right.
Yeah, found a different way to handle it.
Right. But he actually helped in the whole story, right? He helped tie things together, I think, at some point.
Yes.
Because he was the tie to Curtis. And that's how Billy, I think, found Curtis out.
And that was also how Madani found out about Billy Russo. Because that all happens in the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
where
that's
he's
right.
trying to take out Frank.
Right.
She's trying to apprehend Frank.
And Frank was there to get the PTSD kid out of the hotel.
Yep. And then that all comes out.
They did a really good job of taking a side story that you thought was just a side story and putting it in and making it important in the whole scheme of things. All right, cool. So we like that. Crossover with the MCU. Do we think that would be a good thing?
I would love, out of all the characters, he's the one I'd want to see in the MCU the most.
Yeah.
Really? You don't want to see Daredevil? I want to see Daredevil fighting alongside Spider-Man. I want to see a Spider-Man Daredevil team up, just like the comics.
They just don't have anyone like him in their universe at the moment.
Right. But they'd all be yelling at him.
Huh?
They'd all be yelling at him. Stop killing people. You want to see that for an hour, 2 hours?
Wouldn't you love to see, like, they're in New York City. You know they're going to be in New York City, right? And whatever monsters are coming with Thanos, they're all fighting Thanos, and he's like, I got it. And just miniguns them all. Come on, like, because that's the stuff he'd respond to.
Yeah.
You know, he'd just come out and bazooka. Yeah.
Only because I'm reading it in the new Defenders comic. He's like an adversary to the Defenders.
Mm-hmm.
What if Defenders Season 2, like their villain was the Punisher?
He'd murder them all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
It'd be like Batman versus the Justice League.
Yeah, but the Justice League would never be out to kill him.
They wouldn't either. But
But Batman would never be out to kill them either. You know? That's the thing. Like, the Punisher would kill them.
right, which is that much better.
Yeah.
Like in this comic book, he shoots Jessica Jones, he shoots Luke Cage,
Yeah.
and they're like, why the hell would he do this?
Yeah.
That's because Diamondback kills somebody that was close to him, and he's like, you're going after him, I need to get him, you're in my way kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you, like, how do you do in this season of Punisher? Because he's sorted out his whole issue.
Yeah.
I think season 2 is going to just be him
Going
as
after the president? Who put this guy in office and said to the CIA, now you're mine?
He's the Punisher. Like, this is his gig now. Like, he's not in hiding. He's out in the open. People know he exists.
Yeah, they just think he just goes around punishing?
Yeah. Well, that was, you mentioned it earlier in the...
Yeah, but his actions are, like, in a weird way justified.
Right, but...
He's getting vengeance.
Right. The first episode where Micro sees him and says, welcome back, Frank.
Yeah.
That's a big storyline in the comics. The family whose crime bosses with the construction workers.
Yeah.
He goes to war with them. And that's a big story in the comics. So they're teasing that maybe the repercussions from that scene spill over into season 2 instead of the main boss being whoever like the crime boss was in the comic. You put Jigsaw in that.
Yeah, there
position.
you go. There's your baddie. Jigsaw's going to be his baddie.
You know, which I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Like I did. I mean, I don't. If you told me who the
Once he said, "I'm not going to kill you," I was like, "Oh, there's your bad guy."
No,
for
the
season
name.
2. Oh, Jigsaw.
Billy Russo is Jigsaw's
I didn't know
name.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love
I
the
had
Punisher comic. It was one of my favorites. Like when I was a kid, that's
Right.
the one I would get.
That's another one of
Yeah.
my favorite Christmas toys. It was a Punisher action figure. It's a 6-inch action figure.
White boots, white gloves.
White boots, white gloves. It was a cap gun on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You just put the little roll of caps in the back
Yep.
and just shoot them off. Talk about violent. Nice. Did you have a favorite episode?
It's gonna go where he kills the head general from the what was his name?
Oh, the second to last one.
Yeah.
Where he's tied to the chair.
Yep.
Oh, that late in the season? I thought
Yeah.
you meant when he breaks into the guy's house.
No, because you know what? I thought that guy was gonna get away with it,
Yeah.
or Billy was gonna be the one to kill him,
Okay.
and Frank was gonna get his justice.
Yeah.
But Billy kind of like, it's like, hey, all right, you know what? Have at it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes to town on this guy. Or the scene where the special ops guys raid their little sanctuary,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just him versus all of them.
That was my favorite. That was my
He's
favorite
pulling
scene.
Guns out of crates.
He John Wicked it.
Yeah.
He totally John Wicked that scene by putting the guns in he placed the guns around the wherever they were because he knew the path that he was going to take all these guys out, just like John Wick did in John Wick 2 when he was in the catacombs. Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. I thought he was going to give it to Micro's wife at some point.
No, he had that.
He's honorable.
Yeah.
He is honorable. As weird as he is, he has honor. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's still a soldier.
Yeah.
He considers himself a soldier still.
That was somebody else's family and somebody else's kids, and like he was just there to look out for them.
Yeah, she wanted it though.
Oh yeah.
She wanted to be punished.
Yep.
I liked the episode where he finds his friend in the woods.
Oh, that was a
yeah.
really good one when he gets shot with the arrow.
Yeah.
Does he heal really quick?
Yeah, no one should be able to take the amount of punishment he takes.
Yeah, he healed really quickly from very horrible things.
He got stuff that for the rest of your life you'd be incapacitated or debilitated from.
Right.
And he's like, stitches, I'm good, let's do this.
Right.
Pulls an arrow out. He's good.
Yeah. Pushes it through him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shot, stab.
Yeah, but that was a good scene in the woods. That was
Yeah.
a very good scene.
Yeah.
How he figures out how to take them out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
And
really good.
you get to see Micro, like, the first time be
Micro.
his eyes and ears.
Yeah.
The
Man in the
drone.
chair.
Yeah. And I really liked that episode because they had to get him a nurse.
And it wasn't.
And I was like, oh, please don't be Rosario Dawson, please. Like, I didn't want it to tie in.
I was really surprised she wasn't in it.
Yeah,
to be
no,
really
but
honest
then
with you.
yeah, I thought he was gonna go. Like, how is he gonna hit her with a car? Like,
Yeah.
But then he goes and gets Curtis.
We're forgetting the best side character in the whole freaking show.
Who?
His van.
Oh, the van
yeah,
was
they
pretty
gave him
good.
the war. They gave
Oh
him
my
the war,
god, they gave him a war
van.
van.
Yeah, the war van was awesome. And I love how he had his whole munitions.
Yep.
He stole the munitions from the government. And
Then puts them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And puts them up around his little secret lair there. That was pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Who
Sire.
stole the guns? The Punisher. Frank Castle stole them. The Punisher?
Yeah, really good.
That's the
man.
last guy we want with these guns.
I really enjoyed it. I really did.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to another Punisher as much as I'm looking forward to another Daredevil.
Yes.
100%. 100%.
They did a really good job. I don't know if you're going to get it. I don't know. Has anyone heard how the ratings have been for this one?
I have no idea.
Scale of 1 to 10. What do you guys think?
You mean Transformers: The John Wick?
Yes.
I'm gonna give this a 9.
Should we make 9 Punisher?
Okay. We're filling it in.
We have 5.
Sure.
So we got 0 Transformers. We got 5 Justice
I don't know if it's
League.
a 9, but it's really good.
What would you put it?
He's an idiot. Don't listen to him.
I don't like a 9 to me is like that's creme de la creme movies.
Okay.
All right, 8.
Yeah, I think it's easily.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an 8.
All right, so 8. All right, we're getting there. We got 4 down.
John Wick's love for his dog.
That's right.
Punisher. Punisher's great.
Okay.
It's very good. I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. Probably in a year or two. I will.
Yep.
I haven't watched any of these twice.
Really?
Nope. I watched an episode here and there of Daredevil just to see the fight scene.
I've rewatched episodes of Daredevil.
Yeah, I haven't watched an entire season.
I would rewatch Jessica Jones.
I rewatched the Punisher scenes from season 2 of Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
The rooftop.
The
one's
rooftop
the best
scene.
one.
And the prison scene.
okay.
Oh, you know who else makes a cameo from Daredevil season 2? The captain that he's got to go kill.
Oh yeah, he does.
That was
yeah.
before he
Yep.
before he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the leader of them in
Yeah.
the Middle East. Yeah.
What was the name of that little platoon? Cerberus.
Cerberus.
Yep.
That's
close.
The 3-headed dog.
Yeah, Cerberus. All right. So that should lead us right into Comic Book Corner, which is a very special comic book. You want to give Tony a shout, a little lead in?
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew.
Comic Book Corner, brought to you by Comic Book Jones, located at 2220 Forest Avenue in Staten Island, and Royal Collectibles at 9601 Metropolitan Avenue in Queens, New York. Visit these fine establishments for all of your comic book needs.
So continuing with our interviews of comic book writers and artists, we're going to play a little interview from Mike Dolce, who is a writer and artist and a podcaster. He has a radio show and podcast called Secrets of the Sire, where they talk comic books, movies, TVs, pop culture, kind of like us. He was a really, really nice guy. Sat down with us for a whole bunch for about 15 minutes. He also writes a comic book called The Sire, and he's going to just talk about it for a couple minutes. He was a really nice guy. He sat down, he talked about his early days getting into the business, trying to break in, writing his own stuff. It was really good. So hope you enjoy this. All right, I'm sitting here with comic book artist, writer, creator, Mike Dolce. How you doing, Mike?
Very good.
So you want to tell me a little bit about your work?
Absolutely. So I've been creating graphic novels for over 10 years now, writing and doing a little bit of artwork as well, too, though mostly on the writing side. Created a original comic book character called the Sire, S-I-R-E. It's about a superhero forced by his own costume to fight evil. It's kind of like having a spider sense, but instead of warning him of danger, actually puts him in danger. So I did that with Dan Leister, who has gone on to do Return to Wonderland. He did Hack Slash. He recently worked on a book called Lord of Gore, and he's now currently working on his own Kickstarter book, Werewolf Run, which I'm actually helping him with. And got some really great talent around me, including Talon Caldwell, did some covers for us, Tyler Kirkham. So it was a really big hit back in 06 to 08. And then we brought it back recently, just 2 seconds ago at my table here. You saw people just been wanting more issues of the Sire, and so I'm giving to them. So we've been turned it into a Kickstarter funded book, or a Kickstarter model book, and we've been doing that. I also did some freelance work for Zenescope, and I'm currently doing some freelance work for them. I'm doing some editing. We got a new series coming out in April. It's called The Mainstream. It's co-created by Talon Caldwell and myself. He provides a lot of artwork on it, so it'll be out next year. And in between, I did some stuff at Image too. So I did some coloring work on a book called M Theory, and co-created the book Descendant. Is about a counter-terrorist agent who's also the descendant of an Incan goddess. She's got these crazy powers she can't control, and someone from her past outs her to her own unit, and so she's forced to go on the run.
So the Sire is your baby, right?
Oh, yeah.
How many issues you got of that out?
We just came out issue 10, actually. So we just kickstarted issue 10 in August, and the new issue literally has gone out to almost every single participant in the Kickstarter now, and we also debuted it at New York Comic Con.
Nice. Where can people find Mike Dolce on the internet?
Oh man, well I'm everywhere, which is good. I'm on my main comic book site is mikebooks.com, mikebooks.com. But you can, like yourselves, actually, I host a weekly radio show and a podcast.
Nice.
It's called Secrets of the Sire.
Okay.
So I use the main character as the kind of as the mascot for the podcast. I co-host with a gentleman by the name of Hassan Godwin, and we talk comics, movies, TV, pop culture. We frame it as a comic book movie podcast because that kind of gives us liberty to kind of do whatever we want with it. And we've had some really great guests to this point. We had Paul Reiser from Stranger Things 2 was on recently. Wow. Billy Corgan did an interview with him from Smashing Pumpkins. Kevin Kilner from House of Cards. The other Kevin from House of Cards. Kristen Annapau from True Blood. So we've Lou Ferrigno, Biff from Back to the Future. So we've had a lot of really great guests on, and we also just give our 2 cents on the world of pop culture. Very cool, man. How did you get into comic books? By making them, to be honest with you. My very first book, and I'll give you a copy of it actually because it's here, and you can. I know it's not a visual thing. Because it's a podcast, but I'm actually holding a book called Crossfire, and you'll notice it looks almost identical to kind of what the eventual finished product was. Well, you can tell the big difference. Big difference, though, right? Working with professionals and creating a professional product, but I did. I released this right out of college. I pitched it to Diamond, didn't get in. Pitched it to Image, didn't get accepted. Kind of knocked me back a bit, but what it taught me was. Still having this was extremely valuable because it taught me, all the things I shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be trying to do every single thing in a book. It taught me to work with other, professionals to both put out a book and put it out on time and put it out to the highest quality. So I worked at Wizard Magazine for a few years, back from 2002 to 2006, and then right about the tail end of that is when I released The Sire, which is basically what Crossfire, first was. Renamed the character, redid the look, and was able to kind of come out with that. Yeah. So my best advice for folks, because people ask me all the time, like, how do you get into it? I said, you just do it. You just do it. And you're going to get some bumps and bruises. You're going to lose some money along the way. You're going to give up a lot of time. But when all is said and done, you're going to come away with this product that's you're proud of, and then can show it to other editors and other publishers. And that's how I ended up, kind of snowballing. You're going to meet other comic book professionals too, doing these conventions, and you're kind of riding the circuit together. So. Well, the artwork is absolutely beautiful, and you do all the coloring in it, right? Yes. Is it all digitally colored? Yeah, it's all digitally colored. Have you always done digital coloring? Yeah, actually, I was a visual arts major. Okay. So, it's funny, it was the one takeaway from doing my own, doing every aspect of the book when I first started that kind of opened some doors. So, I mean, I learned Photoshop in college and was able to kind of use that skill to work with other creators, and that's ended up how I ended up getting my foot in the door at Image. A creator that I worked with, his name was Dwight McPherson. Back in 2005, I got hired to color, a 10-page backup story, and Dwight was the writer. And 3 years later, he reaches out to me and says, "Hey, I loved your colors. I got a book at Image. Do you want to color the book at Image?" And I said, "Of course I do," and that's great. And that's how I ended up meeting Jim Valentino and Chris Simon, who was working with him at the time. And then, ended up spinning that into, "Hey, Jim, I also do my own books." Pitched him to send it, and, kind of took off from there. So, I mean, it does help to be multifaceted. It can open some doors. Mm-hmm. Which I guess is counter to the advice I gave you before, but but no, whatever it takes to really network and develop, that's what you got to do. Who are some of your biggest influences? From a writing standpoint, I was always, from an artwork standpoint, I was always a big Jim Lee guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jim Lee's artwork. I'll never be Jim Lee, and no one will. Right, and it's funny because I think I even posted something on Instagram where I was looking at something and. I had drawn and I posted. I go, "Oh, this is really, really cool. This is really great." And then Jim Lee posted something, and I'm like, "Oh man!" And I'm like, but it's okay. It's okay. But what? I wouldn't say influences. I'd say inspirations. I mean, looking at his artwork makes me want to draw. Yeah. When I was a kid, Rob Liefeld, looking at his work made me want to draw. Made me want to make comics. Made me want to make, big shoulder pads and big guns and tiny heads and but it made me want to draw. So I was also a big Eric Larson fan too, and still am. I always liked the energy that he put on the page. In terms of writing, I don't think there's a better writer in comics than Brian K. Vaughan. I really think that he just nails the comic book medium. But my all-time favorite book is Stray Bullets from David Lapham. Okay. So if you get a chance to read that, I mean, that's definitely more along the kind of influence that I think has on my work today.
Excellent. I want to thank you so much for sitting here and talking to me. Could you just tell everybody where to find you one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me on Twitter. It's Michael_Dolce. You can find me on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire, or you can go to /Sire Comic. I'm on both of those. And again, go to mikebooks.com, MIKE Books, or go to Secrets of the Sire, SIRE.com, and you can check out our radio show and podcast too.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, so that was Mike Dolce, writer, artist, and podcaster. You can find him mdolce at mikebooks.com, and you can find him on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Secrets of the Sire on Facebook, secretsofthesire.com, and mikesbooks.com, and Secrets of the Sire on YouTube. So thanks, Mike, for that. And now we're going to get into our Mount Rushmore of comics. So this was a request from Aussie and the Palm. Our good friends across the sea there, they had stolen one of our, not stolen, they borrowed. Very nicely borrowed.
I was going to say.
One of our...
Someone was going to get a head.
They were borrowing...
Kangaroo, though.
Kangaroo head in a pizza box. They borrowed Wasting Time for an episode. Only one of them, Nate, said, I really like their show. I love the segment they do, so I'm going to just take one out of their page.
You can do it. It's $5 a mention.
And they said, they
Kangaroo heads.
They mentioned
us. Foster's for Mafia.
They always mention us. They always give a shout out.
Kangaroo head in what, a Vegemite sandwich?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I had contacted him and said, I really liked your Wasting Time segment. So I hope you like our Mount Rushmore segment, because they always do Mount Rushmores. And they were like, you know what? We would love it if you did one on comic books. And really recently, they cut out doing Mount Rushmores.
Oh, really?
They banned them from the show.
Why?
Because they almost got into a fight on the air. Because Nate's brother, Dave, is on the show a lot. He's been on like half of the shows. And they almost like went at it on air. And then they went at it off air. So he's like, no more Mount Rushmores. I forget what topic the Mount Rushmore was for that they almost blew up about, but...
Favorite sister-in-laws. That's brothers.
But yeah, so they're not doing that anymore.
Who gave Dad the best Christmas gift?
Yeah.
TVs came up.
So we might have to pick up the slack now on Mount Rushmores for them. So that's.
I think this is going to be much harder to do than you think.
Well, I have four guys.
Super contentious.
It's the arguing about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So what we decided on was comic book creators, writers, anybody having to do with a comic book and their influence on the comic book.
Any contributor to a comic.
Yeah. All right. So one at a time, go around, or you want to give all four at a time?
I think we should get the one out of the way, right?
All right. So Stan Lee.
Get your George Washington out of the way.
So Stan Lee's on.
Stan Lee, right?
All right. So I'm making a little mountain here. I'm writing down a little mountain, and we got Stan Lee where George would be. Okay. So he's on there. So now we're just going to deal with three of them. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So Joe, you want to give us one person that you think? I'll write them down.
I'm going to go with Kirby.
Jack Kirby. So that's going to be ×2 because I also have Jack Kirby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I went in a completely different direction.
All right.
He created comics. Stan Lee basic. I mean, he didn't create them, but everything we know and love about comics, Stan Lee did.
Okay.
Then I said, who brought comics into the modern era?
All right.
Why do any of us read comics?
Okay.
And I said, it's the stuff Frank Miller did.
Okay.
I read comics because of Batman.
Okay.
Because of Dark Knight. That set the tone of a whole generation of comics.
Okay.
His Daredevil run did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He set the tone for comics for a long time. He 300, Sin City, like that's the reason they were graphic novels, because he had really big popular ones. Like modern comics were created by a man like him. He brought comics from kids back to adults who were read them as kids and then went away from them. And he went, no, they're still for adults. You guys still love these.
Okay.
And I know he has nowhere near the contribution that Stan Lee had, or as prolific as Kirby or Stan Lee, but his influence is undeniable.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm not going to argue with them until we have them all in there. I'm going to go with Jim Lee.
I have Jim Lee as well.
No one looks like you look at a Jim Lee picture and you like that's Jim Lee.
And I agree. The art, he defined the style of art since the 90s.
Yeah. And he's the staple now. Like
he's the benchmark.
Right, he's the benchmark. That's the word I was looking for artwork in this.
And that was going to be my argument. Why do you read DC Comics? Because of Frank Miller Batman. Why do you read Marvel Comics? Jim Lee's X-Men stuff.
Right.
That's it. That's the reason you read them. You read them because of those ridiculous splash pages as a kid.
Yep.
The covers that would unfold 4 times.
Yeah, that you can't take your eyes off
Yeah.
of. And you don't even want to read the book. Just stare at the cover all the time.
I had Jim Lee as well.
All right.
So I'm going to throw another name out there. Just because you said Batman, I'm going to go on the other side counterpart. Iconic Spider-Man, Steve Ditko.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, man. That, like, the reason you read comics is for Batman.
Correct.
The reason I read comics is for Spider-Man.
Right. No, yeah.
And who gave us Spider-Man? Steve Ditko.
Who invented Spider-Man? Stan Lee.
Yeah. I mean, he invented him, but I mean, Steve Ditko is not even my favorite Spider-Man artist. So
no, but his look is the look ever. When you think about
like
Spider-Man,
anything you buy that has Spider-Man on it,
it's Ditko art.
It's Ditko art.
It might not be Ditko art. It might be Romita art. I like Romita. Romita's my favorite. He was right after Ditko.
I agree.
Steve Ditko Spider-Man's really skinny. Really skinny.
That's what I'm saying. This is much harder to put 4 people on here as you think.
Okay. You got another name?
I do. Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
Again, Watchmen.
I don't think his contributions as monumental as it should be.
Alan Moore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Swamp Thing, Viva Vendetta.
Yeah, all fine.
Killing Joke.
Killing Joke. Yeah, that's a good one.
He made comics. Him and Grant Morrison. Right? Both of those guys made comics with really deep, meaningful stories. Where you're not like, oh, it's a book with pictures in it. They're like, no, this is a story told with pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
All of their runs are deep.
Right, but I don't
like,
think...
You read there's nothing to a Stan Lee comic. Nothing.
No, but that's not what
he would draw
for.
the pictures first. And then like, I'll just write some words in.
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys write novels that just happen to have pictures.
Yeah.
Like the Watchmen attacked socialists of the time.
Reaganism.
The whole Cold War. Viva Vendetta is all like the Big Brother era that was coming.
Stan Lee tackled racism and stuff. And social issues.
Yeah, no, I know, but that whole Stan Lee, the Marvel method of like, this is the general idea. You guys draw it, and I'll just leave room, put a bubble, and I'll write some words in it.
Yeah.
But I also think at some point, like the Stan Lee contribution as the years went on was just a name on the book.
Okay.
Rather than, hey, I'm writing it. Like there are writers for these books, and these stories. You know, I'm gonna go your way with the writer. I'm gonna go with Chris Claremont.
Okay, that's your favorite.
Every X-Men that you know is because of him.
Yeah, well, from Claremont and Jim Lee, that's who did them.
Yeah. I'm gonna go completely. I thought of this name, and I was like, I don't know if the guys are gonna let me.
Tim Sale.
Suck it, Sales.
Definitely not. I'm gonna go Kevin Feige. Now I know it's not comic books, but it's the comic world, and he has changed the way we look at comic book movies. I think. I'm just throwing it out there. I thought it would be different.
He probably now I don't know if you're gonna say he extended the world of comics, or is he the first person to put a nail in it? Like is he putting the final nail in its coffin? That people don't even like. How many people actually read books because of the shows? They don't.
I wonder. You don't think comic book stores came back because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think they did.
I think they.
I don't know.
I think they did, and I think Marvel kind of dropped the ball.
Maybe.
People are going like they're making books based on the movies now. I mean, they come out with Spider-Man: Homecoming prequels and Thor: Ragnarok prequels and things like that.
I can't argue it. Like his contribution to comics is going to be epic.
Yeah.
But is it comics?
That's why I brought it up, because I knew it would be a little and have a nice discussion about it. Yeah. You got another one? Or is that
No, that was it. Those are the ones I had.
All right. So we got 3 spots. You got another one, Joe?
I only picked 4.
I mean, I could bring up Neil Adams because the way he changed the way that people get paid in the industry. He fought for a Schuster.
His art's also amazing.
He's my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
iconic Batman.
and he's just influential.
Iconic Superman, iconic Batman, like,
and he's just influential in the business. You know, the way.
What about Todd McFarlane?
Todd McFarlane, another one.
Image Comics.
Image Comics. Yeah.
But when I went to that group, I took Jim Lee out of it.
Yeah, right.
Like, when I went to that group, I went, Jim Lee.
Right.
And that's why when I saw Alan Moore and Grant Morrison, I'm like, yeah, let's just half and half their face.
There's this little
Wicked Two-Face Jim Lee and McFarlane.
There's a sci-fi like YouTube channel.
Right.
A Sci-Fi Wire, it's called. Did you ever watch it?
Nope.
They have like a little 4-part series. It's like 13 minutes each about the creation of Image Comics.
Right.
And in that, Todd McFarlane's like, I knew we were going to be okay when Jim Lee said he'd join. He's like, and that, you know, that was it.
Yeah.
So if those guys who were like, F Marvel, F DC, we're going to go do our own thing, once they got Jim Lee,
They wanted to create their own. That's what it was.
But the whole, it all focused on Jim Lee. Without Jim Lee, they don't think they would have.
I mean, McFarlane art maybe as groundbreaking as anyone before him.
I don't like it as much.
But what it did for comics, like it added lots of guys put a lot. Comics before were like a character and then whatever in the background.
Yeah.
His backgrounds were maybe more important than the character. Maybe now you go, it's cluttered. But like you had to build in. Now they build in skylines and all this stuff going on in the background because of his art.
Yeah. Do you want to put him? You want to put his name in there?
I'm gonna throw a wrench in this.
Joe's just gonna list everyone who was ever in comics. Did you do 4? I did 40.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of Stan Lee and Kirby.
Where do they go? The Bible?
Just take them out. They're God. They don't even get Mount Rushmore. They get their own monument. People
you want
like
to take Stan Lee?
Yeah.
George Washington has his own monument.
Okay.
And he's also on the Mount Rushmore.
I don't know if you could take Stan Lee. I'd take Kirby off. I wouldn't take Stan Lee off.
I'm not taking Stan Lee off this
You're not?
mountain. No.
Okay.
No. All the guys on Mount Rushmore have their own monuments.
All right, so we have Stan Lee. Each one of us pick a spot for the other 3 spots. Pick an artist.
All right. So go ahead. Who's yours?
You go first.
Oh, you want me to go first? I'm gonna go with out of this group that we have here, I'll go with Kirby.
I was hoping you'd go Jim Lee, so I'll go Jim Lee.
Okay. Joe?
I'm going to go in the vein of Mike, and I'm going to go Frank Miller.
Oh, good man.
Is that it? Are we done now? Did we just pick it?
I think so.
All right. So are we all? We're all good with taking Feige off. We're all good with taking Claremont off.
Listen, I think Feige's a great choice.
Yeah.
I think if you talk about just great storytellers,
right?
He's up there with Spielberg now.
Mm-hmm.
Not as revolutionary,
right?
But like the scope and scale of the story he's told,
right?
Yeah.
And to have 18 out of 20 of them be hits, like 3 out of 10 you go in the Hall of Fame. What is he? Like, everything he touches.
Well, just
Midas.
Look at the other artists. Like you could narrow it down to like 2 or 3 characters that they've drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Miller has his hand in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Kirby
Jim
invented
Lee.
Marvel. He invented all the characters.
We have Kirby in there.
I know. I'm just saying.
Jim Lee has his hand now in Marvel, DC, and Image.
Right.
So he's got his hand in 3 pots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like where else you go outside of that scope.
I'm fine with taking Ditko off there. I'm fine with taking Moore off there. That's a tough one though because Watchmen is an iconic.
But it's not my favorite.
But I put him on there for the genre.
Right.
The graphic novel really exists to tell those stories now.
Now, if you talk about 2 iconic graphic novels, you're talking Dark Knight,
right,
and
Frank
Watchmen.
Miller.
And what do you think is better?
I'm not a big fan of the Dark Knight. I would much rather read Watchmen.
It's my favorite comic ever.
Yeah, I know.
Watchmen's very good.
Yeah.
Sin City and 300 might be better than both of them.
I haven't read those.
Claremont's limited to just X-Men.
I picked them for what they did to the industry. Like Jim Lee changed the art.
Yeah.
I'm fine with our list.
Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Jim Lee,
Frank Miller.
I'm cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. Frank Miller's Daredevil alone.
It's amazing.
His Wolverine.
I never read any of his.
Oh, his Wolverine's
It's good stuff. Yeah.
He did Batman Year 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love Year 1. Love Year 1.
He's probably had a hand in a ton of characters that you
The
just don't
Daredevil
realize.
you watch on TV is his run.
Right.
Yeah. Elektra is his run. Like, that's his character.
Mm-hmm. So that wasn't that hard. That was easy.
I thought it would be really contentious.
Yeah. Not too bad. So Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Jim Lee, and Frank Miller. There you go. There's our Mount Rushmore of comic books. And I think that holds up. I don't think... What, do you think a lot of people would argue that?
I think there's a bunch of writers and stuff. Like, if you pull up list of top 10 contributors.
All right, for next week's social
I
shit
didn't
time,
know 8 or 10 of them.
Okay.
we'll put up a poll what people think that their Mount Rushmore should be.
Because we don't have the man who created Batman. We don't have the men that created Superman. Nor do we have the man that created Wonder Woman.
Right. Well, I mean, you can do a Mount Rushmore of creators. You know, I mean, these are the most influential.
I think those are the most influential guys in comics.
Without Superman, you probably don't have comic books. Probably without Superman, you don't have comic books. Those two guys should probably be up there.
Their own company didn't want to pay them. Moving on.
All right, well, there you go. So now let's move on to social shit time. It's time once again for your favorite segment. What time is it?
Social shit time!
All right. All right, so I put the question out there. What was your favorite gifts you've ever got? Ooh. Or the gifts that let's see. Hey everyone, we're recording time. Would like to know what is your favorite Xmas gift you ever received or have given, and we will read them on the air. So Wizard Podcast says I was 9 and it still hasn't been topped, and it's the G.I. Joe Cobra Terrordrome with Fire Bat.
Yeah,
have that.
You have it? This one?
Yeah.
They sent us a picture of it?
I found it in the trash.
Did you? Did you go dumpster diving?
No, it was right. It was like 2 houses down from my old apartment.
Oh, wow.
He walked by, light struck it, angels and cherubs sung.
Let's see.
It's a refurbished one.
Not Another Nerdy Podcast. Their picture just went away. Oh, here we go. It's I guess this is the original Boba Fett.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
He says I don't know who wrote this, but it says given to me by the Wild Man, aka D-Rock's father. So I'm assuming that's J Money. Dork of All Trades Podcast. The best gift ever received was N64. The most wanted gift never received.
Oh,
that's
I
a
done
great
that.
question.
I know mine right now.
Mine's a big wheel.
Mine's the flag. Oh, you know the big wheel?
Not the big wheel. The ones that like the car. You drove the car.
Oh, a Power Wheel?
Power Wheel.
You ever had a Power Wheel?
Never had a Power Wheel.
Oh, I had a Power Wheel. I had a Jeep. The flag. I still, if I got it today, I'd be genuinely excited.
Most wanted gift never received.
I've debated trying to find like a shell of one and be like, here.
They're super expensive.
Good luck putting it together.
They're super expensive, dude. The flag.
He wants moon shoes. Remember moon shoes? Moon shoes. Also, I'm planning to play a game with my. Oh, that's a message to us. Never mind.
What?
He wants to ask us a question.
Oh.
So, should I read it?
Yeah, let's answer it right now.
Also, I'm planning to play a game with my co-host and guests that I'm calling Podern Family Feud.
Uh-oh.
I created a quick survey that I'm asking podcasters to fill out that I'll be using for the game. If you can spare a few minutes to participate, we will shout out your show on the air. You want to do it?
Right
do it?
now.
All right, let's get the survey.
Let's ruin his thing.
All right, Podern Family Survey.
This is the socialist of shit times.
Oh, email address. Oh, there we go. The autofill. Nice. What is something a man should not bring on his honeymoon? His hard drives?
Another woman.
Another woman?
Comic books.
Comic books? What do we want to put?
We're going to pick one?
Yeah.
Another woman.
Yeah.
Another woman? Okay. Another woman. I got to write all this stuff in. Okay. What is the worst part of podcasting? Editing. I'm writing it in there. Editing.
I was going to say co-hosts.
3. Which superhero would you most like?
You should have put fame. What's the worst part of it? Fame.
Which superhero would you most like to not be paired up on a blind date with? She-Hulk?
Guy or girl?
I'm going to go with a girl.
Superman.
Chewbacca.
There's nothing.
No, you're going to go on a date with this person.
Superman. He cheats. Looks right through your clothes. No intrigue.
Batman.
Why are you guys going on dates with dudes? Which superhero would you most like to not be paired up with on a blind date?
Because I would much rather not go out with a dude.
Well, pick a girl. Pick a girl. What girl superhero would you not want to be paired up with? I'm going to go with She-Hulk because she might rip my dick
girl.
off.
She's got a furry tail.
Yeah, she does.
She might have rabies. Okay, wear protection.
Well, I hope you would.
All right, let's go with She-Hulk.
Want to go with She-Hulk? She might tear that shit off.
Harley
wait,
Quinn.
no. Rogue.
Oh, good one. Let's go Rogue. Yeah, she touches anything, you're done.
You really gotta wear protection.
Rogue.
Yeah.
Okay. Name a food other than cookies and milk that you'd rather leave out for Santa if you were Santa.
Pizza.
Pizza?
It's so messy.
Everywhere you go, you gotta eat a slice of pizza? Think about it.
That's true.
You gotta go to every house and eat a fucking slice?
Dollar Long Island iced teas.
Yes.
Oh, got it. $1 Long Island iced teas. $1 Long Island.
Full circle.
Iced teas.
Nicely done, Mike.
Yes. Something you build in woodshop class. A tree, a birdhouse?
No, come on. We got to make it very much us.
Bag of dicks?
No.
What would you whittle?
The Batman symbol. Pixelated penis.
Pixelated penis.
I was going to say furry butt plug, but I don't know if we're talking about that on here.
Oh, I'm putting furry butt plug.
You can't make that in wood shop.
Depends how good you are with the wood.
That's what she said.
There you go. All right, I'll go pick
I can't tell if that was just a conversation we had in private.
It was. We never said anything about the furry butt plug.
Now you'll have to wonder.
It had to do with the New Jersey Comic Con. What is a color you associate with...
Doesn't make it any better.
What is... Wait, I know the answer to this one. What is a color you associate with murder? Marie.
What's Marie?
Marie. Another name for fellatio. Cambini? Oh, I'm sorry. Head.
Oh, come on.
What? Another name for fellatio.
It's gotta be us.
Blowjob.
Sebi.
ZJ.
ZJ? No.
If you don't know what it is, you can't afford it.
We're just gonna go BJ on that one. That's what are you gonna do with that one? Things to do when it snows. Make yellow snow.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. Good man.
Netflix and chill. Good one. Thank you for participating. Please mention your podcast below. Your answer: dinner and podcast. Nice.
Is that's for another podcast?
That's for the Dork of All Trades podcast. There you go. Done. There you go. Done. Okay.
How much more interesting would Santa Claus be with Doll Long Island in every house?
Okay. So Appleby Creative, who is our friends over at Aussie and the Palm, got back to us. Ticket to a snorkeling trip on the Great Barrier Reef for Xmas on Christmas Day from his wife. That's a pretty awesome Christmas gift.
That's very cool.
Snorkeling trip on the Great Barrier Reef.
Is he Australian?
He is.
All right.
Kate, how come I didn't get anything from you? I put this up like 7 hours ago. Sebastian Vrod posted on our wall because yesterday I posted my favorite Christmas ornament on Twitter, which is my Top Gun ornament that sings Danger Zone.
Right.
And he wrote, your number 2 is this one, right? And it was this shit on the shingle.
Oh,
ornament
I don't even know where I put mine.
That was awesome. So thanks to all the people that gave us your Christmas gifts and answered my question. It was very, very short notice. I only put it up about an hour or two ago. So the fact that we even got any responses was amazing. So thank you.
It's good that we pre-screened that before we went to it.
No, just
go
live,
to it.
Live on the air. Go to it.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/Dinner and a Podcast. Check out our Instagram and Twitter handles at Dinner and a Podcast. And email us any questions and comments you have at dinnerandpodcast@gmail.com. Big thanks to Andrew Brookes for the amazing work that he does and the animations that he makes for us on our YouTube channel. You can check those out, and you can check out Andrew's other work by visiting his website, andrewbrooksportfolio.com. You can check out Alejandro Rosado's website and Instagram page at Alero Art. He made us our amazing artwork that you see on our Twitter and our Facebook page. Will Shelton for the awesome theme song he made. You can follow him on SoundCloud at William_Shelton. And lastly, a big thank you to Tony Wolf, who is the voice you hear on all the bumpers during the show. Follow him at Tony Wolfness on Twitter and on Instagram. And until next week, I'm Steve.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
Suck it, Sale, and have a Merry Christmas.
You filthy animals.